Alright, that track's pretty good as well. I like that little intro track. I'm sold. I'm sold on it. Hello. Good morning. How's it going? I know I'm starting a little bit late here. It's been a couple of weeks since I ran World of Tanks and it had a few updates. It took a while to get booted and get everything going. We're gonna start nice and slow, nice and easy. We're gonna take our time. It's sunny here in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland right now. I think it's 13 degrees maybe, but it's going to get up to 15 degrees today, which is unseasonably nice weather for this area. Hello, Spicy. Fire. Good to see you. Sammy, I'm gonna tell you why I was thinking about you in bed last night, which if you read through the chat is what I was saying. 2 weeks ago, I got sick and didn't really stream for 2 weeks, right? Until yesterday. I came back, did some Helldivers. Oh, wow! I've earned reward points. I don't care. We're going to talk about Xbox in a minute as well. I got an interesting pop-up when I logged in today to my console. And I was just... last night, I didn't sleep very well. So the point is I basically didn't stream for 2 weeks until yesterday. And then last night, I didn't sleep super well. And so I was laying in bed awake for a while. And it just popped into my mind that it was nice to see Sammy pop into the chat yesterday and have a little talk, because it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to really chat with people, you know? And I kind of missed it. And I was just thinking, it's nice. Especially because Sammy isn't really into Helldivers 2. Sammy likes Helldivers 1. I'm getting all kinds of messages that I'm not going to read. Oh, my PC says that it said hi, smiley face. Haha, good. I don't have to open it. That's thank you, Xbox app. You've derailed my train of thought. Oh yeah, Sammy likes Helldivers 1. So Sammy came to watch a stream of a game they don't even really like, which was nice. You know, in order to say hello. And hello, Disarmed Halo 360. It's nice of you to pop in now and then. We see you every couple of weeks. Anyway, let's just remember how to play this game. So, okay. There's a new season. There was a video that played at the start. I watched it. The only note I have... I didn't watch the whole thing because the back half was just lists of advertisements of things you could spend money on. I don't care. But it's called like Iron something or other. Actually, maybe it'll tell me. Does it tell me in this menu? What? No? Where do I see the cool new title of whatever it is? It was called Iron something. I forget what it was called. Iron Regiment, maybe? But the guy in the trailer, if you watch the trailer for this thing, he calls it Iron. Iron Regiment. I can't do an American voice, but picture that in an American voice. Iron. I thought that was weird. Anyway. I had some weird dreams last night because I didn't sleep well. I don't know. I dreamt that I went to move into the old family home in Ireland, which is currently no one lives there. It's kind of like a place that anyone in the family can go visit if they want. Traditionally, it's had like like no running water or anything like that. You know, it's a very old farmhouse that's more or less abandoned, I guess. I had a dream that like I showed up there but there were like squatters who'd been living there, but they were quite nice people as well. They took care of the place. And so I was in a difficult position in my dream because like they were nice people that took care of the place, but I kind of had to kick them out, but I didn't really want to kick them out because they were nice people. I kind of liked them. Yeah. Anyway. It's too early, Sammy, to talk about the keyboard and mouse. Let's wake up first, and then we'll talk about keyboard and mouse. You have Helldivers 2 on PS5 and Xbox, but you didn't get into it so much. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think you said you preferred the top-down view, and I really like getting down there. I never got into the kind of top-down twin-stick shooters or like the isometric kind of things. It never was my thing. But then I also never got into... Oh, God, let's try and remember how to play this game. What's the button for... Good game, everyone. Alright, I'm going to go where the people are. Isn't that a lyric or something? I'm going to go south, because I don't know. A lot of people are going that way. And I have to remember the controls. It's all coming back to me now. Look, I can secure my turret so it doesn't turn when I turn. I'm in my Churchill, which means I'm going to arrive a little late because she's a bit slow. Wonderful tank, but a bit slow. A bit like me this morning. What with the poor sleep. But we will get going. Do I go... Yeah, I'm just going to go straight here, yeah. And what did I think of Toxic Commando? These are all good questions. These are all great questions for me 10 minutes from now, when I've fully woken up. I don't know if going so out in the open here is wise, because they could potentially shoot me from across this big open lake. I'm kind of in a spot here that might be useful for snipers, but not for a big slow heavy tank. I just want to catch up with my dudes on the left here. Can you hear in my voice that I'm a little tired? Oh, maybe don't go over the cliff. We'll go this way. I mean, I'm trying to catch up with our artillery here, which is interesting. Alright, maybe I need to cut right a little bit. Let me see. I can go over one of these bridges, get into the town, fight a T1 heavy. This all sounds good. This all sounds like something I want to do. I will answer all of your questions. But let's have a little warm-up first. Let's all just wake up. Oh, we got rid of one of their sniper tanks. This is a nice looking map, isn't it? Look at these buildings. This is fun. I like this. This is nice. Speaking of fun, no fun today. As in fun filthy. Alright, our guys are kicking ass over there. There seems to be a lack of anything happening up here, though. So either I'm about to run into a bunch of their dudes on my own, or there's going to be nothing here. And come to think of it, let me look at the map. Where do I want to go? There's like a little road up here. I could potentially get up, maybe. I don't know if that's in cover or not. I don't really remember the map particularly well. I feel like... Uh-oh, that's a sniper. Move, move, move. He's up to my right on a hill or something. Oh yeah, he's up. Oh, he's up there. I could actually probably have shot that guy, but I was too scared of him. I don't want to be out in the open, thank you very much. Alright, if he's still out in the open, he's probably trying to get a bead on me. No, he's just running away. Alright, that works for me. I'm concerned because the two guys I'm headed down here to meet up with, if I can find a right turn and get out of this little zone, looks like I will do down here. I think they've just kind of raced around the back of the enemy. This may not be the wisest move, but I'm all the way over here now. And the rest of my team seem to be doing the same thing. They just cut ahead of me a little bit. I'm kind of going the long way because I don't know all the routes. I got spooked when I saw that the sniper spotted me because that could have gone really badly for me. Without me immediately knowing exactly where the sniper was, I opted to just stay in cover instead of turning towards them. Our base is being captured as well, mind you. We could very much... Like, there's a really good chance that we've lost this. Because they're going to capture our base faster than we're capturing their base. Oh no, hang on. I always get confused at the top. Red filling up green or green filling up red. I'm guessing their base is on the right. Because, yeah, we have a lot of guys there. So actually, we're winning. God, and I didn't even have to fire a shot. That's great for the taxpayer because it costs money every time I fire a shell. Wow. How's that for a warm-up match? I didn't even do anything. But I stayed alive and didn't take unnecessary risks. Okay. We're going to drink some tea and then answer some questions. Ah, it's good tea. It's good tea. Look at that. All zeros. How did I do on the scoreboard? Oh, I was at the bottom. Shocker. Well, I mean, I was really tied at the bottom with this other guy. This guy did no damage as well. Little light tank. He survived to the end and did nothing. Well, you know, no. He spotted the end. Anyway. Question time. We're gonna pull out the Churchill again. Hey, look at this new picture, by the way. You see how in the background some of the trees aren't trees, but they're tank turrets that have been stuck into the ground? I thought that was really cool. I saw it when I was loading the game up earlier, and I wanted to point it out. I don't know what the symbolism's supposed to be. I think it just looks rad, you know? Oh, my voice is rough today, isn't it? Sound awful. Okay, so... what did I think of Toxic Commando? Well, admittedly, it did come back to me a little bit because it's John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, and as I recall, he didn't really have much input in the game, right? Like, he's a gamer, right? Which is something that's going to be interesting for John Carpenter fans because they might come to this expecting hot John Carpenter-esque content, whereas in reality... I mean, it's not necessarily going to be that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but apparently it's not super Carpenter-esque because people just sometimes with famous people who are very famous for doing one thing, sometimes it can be difficult to grasp that a person can be more than one thing. And so Carpenter is a gamer, and so you know he's gamery. Okay, yeah. I remember he came up with the story concept stuff. And John Carpenter is quite the musician. This is true. Doesn't he do a lot of the music for all of his stuff? Yeah. But not necessarily super deep into the development of the game itself, which is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. He had an idea. He wanted to get it made. Some people are making it. Great. So it's a 4-player zombie horde thing. And the hook seems to be that you get hundreds and hundreds of zombies at any one time. And it's actual, according to the trailer I saw, and we don't know how much of a lie this is or not, but it's actually, like, they say, oh, they're all, like, real, like, AI things. They're not like, it's not like, some games that get around the issue of having hundreds of enemy characters on screen by making them essentially like fluid physics simulations with a combined AI. They're all individual AIs, apparently. I don't know. That's what the dev said in the trailer. So that seems to be the big hook. And it looks well made. It looks like a good one of those. I have to admit, zombies turn me off. I never had any interest in zombies at all. They just don't do it for me. I don't really like zombies. I don't like zombie games or zombie TV shows. It was never for me. That doesn't mean I couldn't enjoy this, but the hook is, look, it's zombies, and that just doesn't do it for me. That's not to say it's bad. I just don't think it's going to be a game for me, because, like, there's a bunch of those, right? Like, there's a bunch of those kinds of games you can already get. Ah, come on. I'm going to have to back up in a minute when they see me. I don't like how far back we are here at the moment. Hang on. If they see me... Oh, and they've seen me. Then I don't really have anywhere to hide, you know? Maybe I can hide behind this guy. Uh-oh. Alright, let's start shooting back. We gotta shoot the enemy here.
Target penetrated.
Oh, come on, guy! Guy! You are in my way, dude. Fine, I'll just shoot the turret, I guess. Alright. Oh, this ain't good, though. No, that scout wants me to pull forward and go after him. I'm not an idiot. There we go. Alright, he's dead. Good. I didn't want to have to turn to go after him, but he was making a run on the artillery, and I wanted to cover the artillery. Alright, we're in a slightly better position now, because we stopped backing up and engaged. A fighting defense, as they say. I can see that Sammy is furiously typing something. I'm sure we'll see what it is soon. Alright, I see where there is a guy. I'm trying to not be seen at the moment and kind of get down the hill a little bit. Because there's a lot of bad guys up here. There we go. KV-1, very good tank. We're doing consistent damage, but not a lot of damage. And he's not damaging me at all, but he has a rapid-fire reloader. Oh, that was beautiful. Someone blasted that guy. I'm highlighting the enemy quite a lot, just as a way of... Oh, that's artillery. Alright. Let's reverse for a moment in case that artillery decides to fire on where I used to be. Oh no, he was firing at my colleague who also moved. This is some good... How do I say great shot? This is some good shooting. What do I say affirmative? I gotta remember where all the controls are. Oh, we got some scouts coming in, which ain't good for us. If they spot us for the enemy. Oh, where's the fallback button? Guy, what are you doing? I know we need to move forward, but like not at crazy... He's gone to played. Ah, crap. See, this is the problem. You got all these little scouts spotting for the enemy. Can I get another shot off before their artillery fires? Alright, I got a shot off and their artillery didn't fire. Ah. Now I'm screwed. All my colleagues are dead. And the problem is, these scouts are going to tear me up. Alright, no, there's only one scout left and he's way over there. I'm going to turn around and run away. I'm going to regroup with my colleagues. Look at this. Ah, shit. Yep, this is it for me. We got scouts coming down here. They're going to be faster than me, more maneuverable. They can just whiz around me and engage me at will, basically. I'm just running out into the middle of the map. I was going to try and help against the artillery. Look at this. I got to get my gun down. Yeah, I figured that would happen. There's too many guys. There's just too many guys over there. And now they can see me, and I can't see them. I can send an SOS, but no one's going to help. Our guys are holding out. I'm going to be dead in a moment. Our guys are going to be holding out on the left-hand side of the map. Sorry, the right-hand side of the map after I die. You see, they're holding this ridge, and this is a high point up here, and this guy's hiding down in a village with a bunch of buildings, and he's generally covered from everything happening over here, because you have this big ridge along the middle. Which, does that have a railway on it, or is it just a bridge? It could just be a road. No, I think it's a railway. I'm still quite happy with that little match, though. Yes, in the end, the enemy did kill everyone over here, and then me, obviously, because I couldn't see them. And exactly what I thought would happen happened. The scouts spotted me, so they have a... I'm reasonably confident it was a sniper that was up here shooting at me. It could have been that... Is that a medium? There's a medium tank up there. It could have been the medium tank. But those two scouts spotting me for the enemy... And then just the enemy laying into me, and I was completely on my own. And I'm in a very slow tank, you know. Nothing I could do, alas. Anyway, what's the chat say? They have their own engine, used in World War Z and Space Marines 2. Good for them. They Live is a good movie. Yeah, They Live is a good movie. Yeah, I agree. They Live is a great film. I mean, it was a great documentary. Right? Based on real events? I don't know. I see a lot of adverts and I think, I saw something the other day that reminded me of They Live. There was some advert or some post or some piece of news that was saying how great it was that people are able to consume something. I don't know. Anyway, they're not zombies, they're toxic mutants. Sure, I mean, in World War Z they weren't zombies either, right? They just had a mutated form of a virus. They weren't actually like the undead, so technically not zombies, you know? And then in The Last of Us, they again are just infected by a fungus that makes the brain want to do certain things. Like, it's based off the real cordyceps thing that you get in ants, which is fascinating in a horrific kind of way, because the fungus grows inside the ants and it controls their brain to a degree that it makes the ants like go places and do things, and then in order to facilitate the spread of the fungus. And so the idea is, what if that was in humans, and what if it made the humans attack other humans in order to spread it? So again, they're not dead; they're just sick. You know, it's a bit like rabies, in the sense that rabies does eventually. Hey, we won! Great, good job, guys. You know, in the sense that rabies changes people's behavior, but then eventually it does straight up kill them. But like, imagine if it didn't kill them and they just became zombie-esque and didn't die. Like, you know. So, you know, when you say toxic mutants, that could mean anything. I'm guessing there was a toxic spill. I don't know, something. They, instead of becoming Daredevil, isn't that what happened with Daredevil, the blind guy? Like, there was a toxic spill, it made him blind, but gave him super hearing or something. Maybe these toxic mutants are like Daredevil, but angrier. Anyway, I'm just going to call them. The point is, I'm going to call them zombies. Because they look like zombies. Did the trailer not use the word zombie? I mean, I could have just imagined it because they were clearly zombies. But like, did the trailer not call them zombies? Maybe it just called them mutants and I just didn't realize, you know? Anyway. Really? Are most of them 3-player? What about all those, what are they called? Left 4 Dead? Are they not 4-player? I always thought 4-player was the norm for that kind of thing. But I could be wrong because I don't play them. So maybe I've just not paid enough attention. I thought all those kinds of games were generally 4-player. 4-player is a good sweet spot for that kind of thing. 3-player is nice. I mean, it's different, right? 4-player feels like a good sweet spot for a number of teammates. You know, you could split up into 2s, and if one of you goes down, at least there's still 3 of you, and so on and so forth. Whereas if it's 3 players, that means you don't need to find as many people to get a party going, right? And it's easier to do matchmaking because, again, the party, you know, you don't need as many people online to get full parties. But as we've seen recently with that, what was that game? Was it called High Guard or something? The one that was like an unsuccessful first-person MOBA. It looks like a perfectly cromulent one of those, but like the market is just saturated with those at the moment, so it's just not a good time to bring them out. But like it was 3v3 and the maps are big and it didn't feel enough. So then they brought in a 4v4 mode and people seem to really like that. Okay. So is Left 4 Dead? Is Left 4 Dead? Am I right in thinking Left 4 Dead is one of those, like a team-based zombie thing? And is it 3-player? I don't know. I always got the impression it was 4-player, but yeah, maybe it is 3-player. Well, I agree. 4-player is a nice sweet spot. I think they should do more 4-player stuff. Anyway, what the hell are we doing? Maybe I should pick I was going to say a ship. I should pick something I'm leveling up here. This is what I like about the filters in this game, and I'll always say how much I like the filters in this game versus Wargaming's other game, Warships. Because I can, for example, say, show me all of the tanks that are like, that I've finished leveling up, or which are premium. It kind of means both. But then I can also say, show me the opposite of that. Show me all of the ones that I haven't finished leveling up, you know? And you can do multiple kinds of filter. So in World of Warships, I can't do multiple filters of the same kind of type. If I recall how it works. Right? I'm trying to remember now exactly what I can and can't do. So you can't layer filters. You can't say, I'd like to see all of the ships that I'm doing my dailies on and that are also something else. You know, it just won't give it to you. But in this game, you can be extremely specific to the point where you can just be silly and get no results. Anyway, what are we leveling up? Sure, I'll pull out my Tiger 1. It's not my favourite tank. It's not a bad tank. It's just I have a premium version of this tank that I prefer to play. But I gotta level this thing up eventually, right? Left 4 Dead is ancient. But so? It's not that old, is it? What is it, about, I don't know, 10 years old or something? Have they not made new ones? Is there not like a Left 4 Dead because it's the 4th one? Is that not newish? I don't know. I'm down with the kids. I know the video games. That hot new video game, Left 4 Dead, that everyone's playing. I saw it at E3. You know, the hot annual event that definitely still exists. Have they really not made another Left 4 Dead? Huh. They should do that. Back 4 Blood. I like how people are being silly with video game names these days. It just sounds like the same people that are workshopping the Fast and Furious titles are coming up with these silly game names. I like it. I'm going to take one of my tops off because it is actually warm in here. And I'm too warm. Oh, was it rubbish? That's a shame. Oh, I watched a bit of the gameplay of Left 4 Dead because unlike normal zombie stuff where the zombies are just zombies, it looked kind of interesting. They had different types. There was like a crying woman who was like facing away from you, and then if you got too close or whatever, she would freak the fuck out. And I thought that was really cool. Again, because it's zombie stuff and I'm not into it, I wasn't interested in playing the game. But there was enough there that I enjoyed watching the Giant Bomb guys play it a little bit. And I definitely saw the mods that turned them all into Teletubbies. That was a fun watch. I enjoyed that. Teletubbies are just inherently terrifying anyway. Don't know why I'm climbing up this hill. I'm not a sniper. Sorry about the cough. Still, I'm almost better now. My cough is like 90% gone, which is great. Still, you know, don't catch COVID, kids. God, what to do here? I kind of just want to go through the middle. There's a lot of hills to protect me. He says, getting spotted, but it's probably by guys over there. If it's guys on my left, then I'm screwed. Their artillery is looking at me, so I'm just squiggling a little bit. They must have got a lucky little spot off at me from a hill up there. But I'm going to come behind this VK tank here, this German fella. You want to get mods for BioShock to play on PC. BioShock? Oh, I keep forgetting what button I'm supposed to press for this. Come on. There we go. I had to get my eye in there. Who is targeting me still? Let's back off a sec. BioShock was a good game. I remember that game. The PC version is like a bit of a weird port, right? Because it was a port from the Xbox or whatever. I wasn't aware there were mods for that game because there was a lot that you couldn't really do in that game. Like, for a long time you couldn't even unlock the frame rate from 30 or whatever the hell crappy frame rate it was originally. You know what? I'm going to turn around because there's not very much on our left flank here. We've got a lot open over here, but there is very little open over here. Really, there's that one sniper up on that hill or wherever he is. Between that one scout and our artillery and our base, basically. So yeah, I'm surprised that there are mods for BioShock, but that was a cool game. Here he is.
Penetration.
I would like you to leave, please, sir. That reload time, man. Yeah, I played BioShock on PC as well. Alright. He's not going to overextend me. I'm not an idiot. I will go up this hill, though. I think this might be where the heavy is. Oh, no. He's come down the hill. There's also that guy in the town, but he can't see me. And they have a sniper up there. Okay. Let's not be indecisive. Let's see if we can shoot this sniper while he's visible. Because he looks like... he's just disappeared. Damn. Well, we got bigger problems. Oh, there's that sniper. I wanted to get a shot off on him. I knew it would allow the enemy to hit me. You know what? I'm going to use a repair here. And I'm going to try to avoid their artillery strikes.
Gunner down. We need someone on the gun.
We do need someone on the gun. This is accurate. I wasn't quick enough on the reverse there. God, look at how slow my turret turns. I would like to aim over here now. Okay, better wait. Better wait for a while. No, okay, I'll use a repair. I don't care. I definitely don't want to sit in this location, though. There is a heavy tank back there. I feel like I'm not good on the front line at this point. Oh dear, that's a lot of... Oh dear. They're really getting behind us now. Oh, they're really getting behind us. I'm falling back. Falling back where, though? I'm falling back towards their sniper line, which isn't a good idea. If I go around this corner and they see me again... Look, they're slaughtering everyone. Everybody's dead, Dave. You talk about mods like it's some kind of crazy thing. Like, you want to try mods in a game? Yeah, get some mods. Yeah. There are a lot of games that I... Ooh, who can see me? Ooh, that's concerning. I don't know exactly who spotted me. Maybe that heavy guy? Could he see me from where I was? It could be anyone. Frankly, we're screwed, and I'm about to die. It's just I'd rather try and at least get one more shot off before I die. Was it someone down here? No, it can't have been any of those guys. Who saw me? That was some good killing. Where's great shot? Great shot.
Focus attention here.
Oh, I didn't mean to highlight that guy. Okay. I'm just... Oh, dear. Alright, that's a good game from me. Remember, I have 200 health points. Let's not forget this. If I'm extremely lucky, I might get one more shot off before I die. If I reverse, then the... Ready to fire.
Destroyed one of our tanks.
If I reverse, then I'm dead. Because there are two snipers way back there. I mean, we're done for. We're done for
One of
here.
our vehicles was destroyed.
I've been spotted. I've been targeted.
Track hit.
There you go. That's what I wanted to have happen. I know that there's a guy behind me. I'm aware of that. But I got one more shot off and I killed a guy. So I'm happy enough with that. I'm pleased. Ah, you only recently got a PC again. Well... You know, as I was saying before I was interrupted by the video game I'm playing here, there are some games that I won't play without mods. Because the core game is okay, usually, or it might even be amazing. But mods let me customize the experience to play the game the way I want to play. Let's have a look at one of these last guys who's staggered out back here. Oh, he's getting completely... Yeah, he's done for. What about this guy? Civilization 5, right? The previous one in the series. But even Civ 6 as well, to be honest. But Civ 5 is a good example because over the years I ended up curating a really nice list of mods for the way I like to play that game. So it's like UI improvements that really, really help with the UI. Some visual changes to how units are displayed. So instead of having like one giant man, it might be like 6 smaller units, which they didn't put in the original game because that game at the time it came out was already quite graphically intensive for what it was. So breaking up units into lots of tiny units would be more of a thing. It should also be noted that when I get mods for games, 99.9% of the time, they're not... I always go for immersive mods that add to the game, but don't break things. They're not cheaty mods. They don't do ridiculous things like in Skyrim where you change the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine or something. It's always stuff that's in some way additive or immersive and well-balanced. I don't get mods that break the game experience. I get mods that add to it and build upon it or fix issues, you know, like the community patches and things. Another great mod that I got for Civ 5 and 6 is the one that takes out the I don't know if I have it in 6, but it takes out the giant death robot, which was a unit that for those who don't know, in Civilization you go through the various I came third. I'm quite happy with that. You go through the various ages of humanity, from like throwing rocks and bow and arrow to, you know, modern day technology. And then just beyond modern day, you get a giant death robot, which is a huge skyscraper-sized, artificial intelligent, walking, laser firing, ridiculous thing. And that's a cool concept. but it's not balanced well in the game. And what it ends up meaning is for people who are playing that game into that kind of future era, all of the really interesting units in the game, you know, all of the tanks and the infantry and, you know, the missile stuff and the gunships and the bombers and the fighters, and all just get replaced by giant death robots because it's the best unit and that's the unit you want at that point. And it completely ruins and unbalances the gameplay. But they threw it in because it was in the previous games and they wanted to please the fans or something and put it in there. But it was always ridiculous. So I just got a little mod that just takes that out of the game. And it means that once you get to that stage in the game, if you're still fighting wars, you're fighting with conventional forces, and it's still quite interesting instead of just giant death robot versus giant death robot, which is just very boring. And I also added some units. There was like missile, like ground-based missile stuff, to the point of where even you could get like. So they're like ballistic missile trucks and things like that. I forget what they're all called because it has tiers of them as you go along, and it kind of comes in as a modern day replacement, or not replacement, but additive to like artillery, something realistic, like the ability to launch a missile that can fly across your entire nation, right? Which is a thing that exists today and isn't in the game. So I added that, and that's really interesting too. Anyway, yeah, stuff like that. I love adding stuff to games. Ooh, what do we want to pull out? You know what? I want to pull out my captured KV-1. Where's that? Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. And there were a couple of other mods I added. There was some great, because you know what? I'll be honest. In Civilization, I like the military path. I like becoming the world military power, crushing my enemies, nuking them into oblivion. So I got some good mods that improve and adjust the like nuclear weapons system in those games to make the AI use nukes way more often, because by default they very rarely use nukes. So like some stuff that if I turn it on, it makes the AI use nukes a bunch, right? Which is fun, because it's fun when I get nuked and then I have to deal with that kind of situation because I'm doing it to my enemies. And it never felt particularly balanced, because I would just lay waste to entire continents with nukes, and my enemy, who has a bunch of nukes themselves and who could, if they wished, like destroy my economy and make it hard for me to fight, they just choose to never use their nukes. They would rather die than use their own nukes. So I adjusted that kind of stuff to make them far more likely to use them, and things like that. Things like that, mainly. And so playing that game vanilla without all of that stuff, without the extra units and without removing the units that are a bit broken and without the rebalancing and without changing how the AI behaves, and also Civilization 5 and 6, really, the AI in those games, because I always just play against the computer, not against people. The AI is kind of bad and really easy to beat. So there were a variety of like AI rewrites that made the game actually more challenging and interesting, and made the AI more unpredictable, but not in a stupid way. I'm not really sure if I should. Well, the KV-1 can do a bit of brawling, I guess. I'm gonna come up to the brawling point down here. What do they call it? The choke point. It might just be me and one dude though. That would be bad. He's telling me to fall back. Alright, you know what? Yes. What? Defend this position? Okay. You know what? Sure. I'm going to fall back a little bit. I'm going to sit here instead of at the choke point. Wow, the artillery's moving up. That's interesting. That's going to work out for him. They are going to come over this hill. So we can shoot them once they get to the hill, I guess. I wonder who's going to be coming over the hill today. If you come over the hill today, you're in for a big surprise or something? I forget the lyrics. Hello, friends. Oh, now wait for their artillery to target me. Alright, as we saw in that previous battle, there's not much I can do against that. Yeah, we're pretty screwed here. There's too many of them, and there's no way we can hold this hill. It's time for me to tell this guy to fall back. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Yeah, we're done for. Not enough of our team came here to do brawling, but their team did. And as a result, if I can remember what button is the right button to push here, I need to run the fuck away. Come on, you can reverse faster than that. Your life depends on it. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm reasonably rapid fire, but it's not going to help very much.
They've destroyed one of our tanks.
Uh-oh. Come on, keep moving. There's no one really back here.
Focus on this location.
And I know I'm leaving my guy in the dust, but like, what can I do? What can I do? Nothing. I just have to run the hell away. I'm going to get killed, by the way. There is absolutely no way I'm gonna win here. This has gone terribly for our team. I don't think it's a mistake on my part. Look how many of them there are.
Target is hit.
There's just nothing I could do against such hatred. Good game, folks. Good game. Yeah, maybe I'll shoot you. Look at how many of them there were, man. There's at least 4? Yeah, 4 guys. 3 heavy tanks. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Yeah, that was the bulk of their forces. Anyway, that's why you need to send extra tanks to brawl down there. So yes, when it comes to me and mods, there are some games where I just refuse to play them without mods. Stellaris is another one. If you know Stellaris from Paradox, God, look at these guys. Our guys are screwed. I mean, actually, their guys, you know, their guys are low in number as well. Our guys are pretty spread out. I don't know who's going to win this. It could be either team. Our team certainly have the numerical advantage, and their guys are pretty out in the open now, going across this field. I think our guys have a shot of winning. It looks like a lot of them are parked at the bottom of the lake, firing across the lake. Which is why they can't see the enemy anymore, because they don't have anyone scouting. But if you look on the mini-map, there's a sniper moving up the left, and he's moving up behind the enemy, which is going to be a really good spot to fuck them up. Also, they do still have artillery somewhere. I wonder where that is. Where could their artillery be? Seeing as we already swept through the bottom left of the map where they spawn. Intriguing. Yeah, this guy. Well, this guy could win. Oh, no, he's not going to win. Alright, it's just this guy next to me now, more or less, and he's dead. Where's their artillery? Okay, now I want to know, where do you think he's hiding? He could simply be behind a rock in the bottom left of the map. I'm just going to... I don't know. I don't know that he's there, but I mean, where could he be? Oh, he's there. Huh. How'd he get all the way up there?
How you doing?
Yeah, Stellaris is one of those games as well where there are so many mods that add so much to the game, lots of story content and new mechanics and things, and also adjust the mechanics that are already in there. But the problem with that game is Paradox, like once a year or so, they bring out huge updates to the game, usually with a big expansion that you have to pay for and stuff. And it will often change core mechanics that they put in the game years ago, or completely remove them and replace them. And so you're always in this vicious cycle with playing Stellaris, which is the reason I've not played it for a few years now, because basically you're like, okay, I feel like playing Stellaris again. And then you look at it, it's like, oh, right, they're coming out with a huge, like that huge update in like a month. Well, there's no point in me playing it now, because I'll spend several days getting all of the mods working and get updated and getting everything sorted out. And then I'll be playing a game that, or a couple of games that will last longer than a month or so. And then when that update comes out, all the mods are going to break. And then it's going to be like, you know, 5 months or more until all the mods get fixed. And some of them don't get fixed because the mod creators just go off to do other things. And so you think, okay, you know what? I'll wait 6 months or something, or 8 months. I'll just let everything settle down. I'll let all the mods get updated. I'll come back when everything is calmed down. And then you come back, you know, however many months later, ready to play Stellaris. You know, the mods have all been updated and people have all kind of stabilized with the new version of the game. And then you look at the news and it's like, okay, the next update's coming out in a month or in a week. Or oftentimes it's like tomorrow. Somehow I managed to time my coming back to Stellaris within a week of big updates. I probably see a headline somewhere saying like there's a Stellaris update and it must put it in my head to start playing the game again. But then I see that there's an update and it's going to break everything. So, and I've been in this loop now for years. I don't know the last time I played Stellaris, because every time I try they just update the game. And that brings me to another of my points, which is forced updates to games. Do you remember the old days when if you wanted to update a game, you had to go to the website and download a patch, right? And yeah, that's inconvenient. So then, you know, Steam came along and made it so that it was built into Steam. Great, right? So you can just like update your game whenever you want in Steam. But in recent years, they've changed this, so now you're forced to update the game when you run it. You can put the update off until you run the game, but if there's an update to a game on Steam, you have to update the game. You have to. There's no options. So you're in a position where you might be playing a single-player game, something like Skyrim or whatever. You know, whatever, a single-player game that you've got a bunch of mods for. And there's been an update to the game that patches some, you know, bugs, or maybe they brought out some DLC, whatever. There's an update to the game that's going to break all your mods. And you don't need that update. It's not useful to you, right? You're not experiencing the bugs that it's fixing, or you don't have any interest in that content, or whatever. But you're forced to get that patch for your game that you have that might not even be multiplayer or online in any way, shape or form. And now it breaks all of the cool mod packs that you use. And your you know, like 60-hour save game is now useless because it can't load anymore because all the mods it relied on are broken. That pisses me off. And also, it's the same with multiplayer games, or games that can be multiplayer but can be played single player, like Stellaris or Age of Empires or whatever. Because, okay, yeah, sure, like, you could have a different version of the game to other people. And the concept behind that is, well, you know, they're patching out exploits and things, and we don't want some people to still be able to run the old exploits, so we force everyone to update. But we had a solution to this, and the solution was version mismatch, right? Like, back in the days when you had to manually update something like Age of Empires, if I had a different version of the game to my buddies or whatever, when I tried to join their game, it would just say, oh, there's a version mismatch. Like, you're not running the same version of the game, so you can't play together. Problem solved, you know? Hello! Oh, he got out of there, and I'm also getting out of there. He's back, because I think that guy can probably kick my ass. So he's just waiting for me. Look at that, look at that. He's down there waiting for me. What the hell's an Earthshaker? We're going to give him a second here. I don't want to just go around that corner, because he's down there now, ready to... Yeah, you know what? You go out there. Yeah, alright. See, he took the shot at that guy. I wonder if the Earthshaker's still there. What do you think? Surely he's moved. What is this guy doing? Oh, genius! Yeah, you drive in front of me. At least I hit him. I think I tracked him because he stopped. I'm never going to hit him again, though, surely. Oh, I really thought he'd start moving. Good old Margaret. Good old Margaret. Alright. Well, I reckon we can move forward. We got this FCM F1 nano drink over here. Is that a real guy? I think so. I think he's behaving like a human being. Not sure I like being this out in the open, though. What are they doing up here? No, 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 don't fire on me, no. Good day, sir. Oh, jeez, hello. Well, that didn't hit me. Oh, that hit, though. Who's aiming at me? One of these guys, probably. Oh, there's a frickin' sniper behind me, or there was. Oh, thank you. There was a sniper on this road that I didn't see. Thankfully, my buddy killed him. Oh, Guy, I know you've not been injured yet, but can you really push out that way? Can you really push that out that far? Really?
Penetration.
Oh, he thinks he can beat this guy. Maybe he can, I don't know. While he's busy doing that, pushing into him, I can shoot him in the side, and that seems to be quite effective. Oh, good job. Where's the good shot? Jesus, I need to get me one of these weird double turret French things. They're new, basically. Alright, I'm a little concerned about pushing out into the open here, but as long as I'm behind this fucking behemoth over here... Jeez. Alright, one of our guys is getting absolutely wrecked back here. He's getting surrounded and he's got two guys on him. So I want to get up here and help. But I also have to drive with this guy. He's kind of where I want to be. Excuse me. Trying to get through. A little bit of a... Alright, I'll go around then. Good day, sir. Was that it? Oh, we got 2 kills at once. Great. A little bit of a traffic jam there. I didn't want to get in the guy's way, but he was stopping and not letting me move around, so I had to push past him. That was a fun little match. What was I talking about? PC mods. It was an epic game of victory. All right. Hey, look at that! I even placed. I came 3rd in my hammer. I like my hammer, or Margaret as I call her. Oh. Why is the driver of that tank on the left some kind of ethereal ghost? That's my question. Oh. And why couldn't the people that made the game, if you look closely at Ethereal Ghost Lady, you'll see that her avatar is in a square box and doesn't fade out properly. You can see the harsh, straight edges of the image. At least my dude on the far right is relatively cut out, more or less, but why couldn't they fade the edges or something? Do a little work there, you know what I mean? Do a little work. I wish that person that worked for Wargaming still came into the chat, but haven't seen them in ages. What was their name? They had a really long name. I don't remember. But they were nice. They were nice because they would always be very helpful at answering questions, as is Sammy. I think Sammy's gone on to do other things now. Why am I looking at this? I just wanted to see the scoreboard. Oh, I came 3rd. Good. We can relax for a moment now. Oh, Sammy's still here. Still live and kicking. Yeah, man, Stellaris. I want to play more of that game. That game's fun. I mean, the most sinister thing I ever did, because Stellaris is one of those, like, space genocide games, right? Or you could be like you could build the space UN where everything's fluffy and nice, but where's the fun in that? I like to destroy entire solar systems with my super weapon. So anyway, so there was this one space civilization of aliens, and they were dicks, right? They thought they were better than everyone else because they were like really intelligent and really technologically advanced, and they kind of lorded over people. And I got to a point in the game where I was capable of taking them on. Ooh, I like this tank. I wish I remembered how to pronounce it, because it's not pronounced low. It's nothing remotely like that. It's completely different. I just don't remember the pronunciation. So these kind of, like, up themselves, ancient, intelligent, superior space aliens. I went to war with them, and I beat them. And what I did, because I was at a stage in the game where I was very advanced, and I could do a lot of, like, genetic modification of races and things. So what I did is I modified them to make them like... I kept them really intelligent so that they'd know what was happening to them, but I also made them very like docile and subservient, and I made them delicious. And then I turned all of their worlds into food factories, and that solved the food problem for my entire empire. So they became delicious food, which was intelligent enough to know what was happening to them. And I thought that was great. Is this why I'm single? Thank you. Yeah, I'm a space monster. It's great. Hey, you know what? The alternative is I could have just killed them all, wiped out their entire species, and replaced them with humans, or I think we were like post-humanity something at that point. I did call my empire the Terran Empire, and I was going for an evil run that time. Because the good guy run can be fun, obviously. Oh, you know, there aren't enough people coming up into the town. I think I'll go this way instead. Oh, no, there's a couple of people coming up here. You know what, screw it. We'll give it a go. We'll try and go into the city. You can play good guys, and I do that quite often, but it's nice to do some other stuff too. And they added an update in Stellaris. So Stellaris really manages the late game boredom quite well. Some games like Civilization suffer from kind of late game isn't interesting anymore, because early on you are expanding and exploring and researching new things, but all of that slows down and borders kind of solidify, and the late game can get a bit boring. So Stellaris adds crises, different bad things that can happen. Like maybe there's an invasion of robots from outside of the galaxy, or Cthulhu-like creatures from another dimension, or whatever. Like, there can be bad things that happen that are these big, really crazy crises that are hard to deal with. But they added an update that allows you to become the crisis, where your race can become the crazy threat to the galaxy. Sorry, I'm choking over my own words here. So you can become the crisis, and that's a fun thing to do sometimes if you want to just try being the bad guy. Hello! Greetings, enemy. What? Jesus, I can drive through everything, but not this? Okay, it is a solid block of concrete. I'll give him that, to be fair. But yeah, that was my most monstrous thing that I ever did. Oh, okay. Should I not be on the front line here? My two colleagues are now behind me, and I'm at the front. Hello! I'm encouraging them to follow me. See, this is the great thing. Sorry, I don't want to push my guy ahead too much. But this is the great thing. By pushing the enemy as much as I did, I encouraged my guys to push forward, and that's everything we need to do the job. Alright. Wait. Ah, I meant to highlight this guy. Where is he? Oh, nice. You can fire on him from there? Hello. I love the low. Can I pronounce it? No. But it's a great tank. Thing is, it's very slow, and it's slow to reload, and against the wrong guy it can seem paper thin, but it is a powerful tank if you can get your shots off and stay in cover reasonably effectively. Where is this guy? Oh, hello. Ah, that one bounced. There's at least one guy back there, plus they have artillery that's going to get pissed at us soon. Alright, I'll take a moment here. I'll take a moment. This guy's getting away. Oh, I missed. But look at that. It's like a 13-second reload. Okay, there are a lot of bad guys. The problem is, if I run down here, there's no cover. We do have a couple of guys trying to flank them, though. You know what? What if I can get behind one of these white buildings, maybe? It could be really bad for me. That could be bad. I'm trying to get behind these buildings. These buildings look super strong and safe, right? Nothing could destroy this wooden house. Right, guys? It's amazing what counts as like... Oh, Jesus. Yep, that was their artillery, all right. Oh, this guy again. Oh, I actually did damage this time. There's too many of them for me to not get into cover, though. There's two of them. All right, you know what? Good game. Good game. We've won this. That was quite the slaughter. Oh, look at this guy. I could kill him. He had 7 health points, but I thought I'll leave him to someone else. All right, that was that game. Good game. Someone's gonna kill the black diamond over here. He's way like he's beyond. He's on a ridge. No, he's in a little hole. Jesus, look at them swarming him on the map. I feel sorry for him. It always sucks being that last guy. Good job, team. Jeez. Oh. But yeah, I'll tell you what I've been playing recently. Terra Invicta. You definitely, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone because the number of people who are really going to enjoy that game, it's just like 0.1% of people. It's kind of a 4X game, right? You have your I was in the middle. It's fine. So it's a game in which you're defending against an alien invasion, right? Of the human race, of the solar system. And it's hard sci-fi, okay? So there's a few things that are, you know, obviously a bit sci-fi, but it's generally couched in reality. Everything that exists in the game is something that is theoretically, technically possible, you know. So aliens are invading, right? But at first they only show up, they're on the outskirts of our solar system, on some asteroids and moons way out there. And they've arrived in very small numbers, and they need to build up their own economy. They need to build up their ability to build more shipyards and more space stations and food production and so on, and build ships so that they can come and attack us. And without getting too much into why they're doing things the way they're doing things, because that's something you discover as you play through, and you can pick different factions, right? You can be the Resistance, who are like, we want to defeat the aliens and protect Earth and maintain the status quo. You can be Humanity First, who are basically like the Resistance, except they want to just genocide the aliens and slaughter them all and kill them all. You know, humans are the only race that should exist, kind of thing. You also have the Servants, and they just want to be like, oh, let's just do whatever the aliens want. Let's be their servants. This is a religious coming kind of thing. And there's others. There's like, there's the Academy, and the Academy want to show the aliens that we can be their equals and get a peace that way by saying like, hey, stop invading us. We can be buddies. There's the Protectorate, and what they want to do is persuade the aliens that the aliens shouldn't defeat us. They should give us some form of autonomy, but only on Earth. So the Protectorate are like, look, we'll make sure that humans never leave Earth. We'll never be a threat to you, but let us carry on, like, you know, managing our own nations on Earth, please. Don't come and subjugate us. And there's a couple more. There's like the Initiative, and their whole thing is, we're just Elon Musk billionaires, and we reckon we can make some money out of this whole alien invasion thing. So their whole thing is just capitalizing on the invasion, you know? And then there's Exodus, and their whole thing is, oh, Earth's kind of fucked. We can't fight these aliens. Let's just build a really big spaceship and leave. Let's just run away. So their whole thing is, their end game is just building a big colony ship and leaving, I'm assuming. And so all these different factions on Earth, you have to control different nations, and you have to deal with ground wars and politics, and you have to manage your economy and the welfare state and the military, and it's so incredibly intensely deep. And then once you get out into the space layer of things, you have to build mining outposts on asteroids and planets, and you have to consider orbital mechanics and things, and when you're building your space fleets to do battle, you have to consider Delta V and all this crazy stuff. And the number of engine, this is the thing everyone cites, the number of engine technologies in the game, there's dozens of different types of propulsion systems that all have pros and cons and different stats, and a lot of them are just kind of stupid and you would never actually want to use them, but they're there in the game anyway and you can research them. So it's a kind of a game where the research tech tree is gigantic, and you don't want to research everything. You can't research everything. In a single game, You have to really focus on what you need to research for what you want. And it's one of those games, it's made by the guys... Let me start a match here. It's made by the guys that made the Long War mods for the XCOM games, Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within. If you've played the Long War mods, you know that they take those games and stretch them out to make the campaigns much longer. But then after the success of those mods, they went away to make their own game. And yeah, it's a very long game. My current campaign, I've been playing it now for, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe 60 hours or something. And in game, I'm 17 years into the game right now. And I'm only just getting to the point where I think I'm about to start waging total war against the aliens. Like, it was about a decade before I could even blow up one of their ships, you know, because you really have to start at, like, current day tech level with, like, you know, traditional, like, chemical rockets and things like that before you can, like, advance your tech. And you do eventually get to, like, you know, antimatter and crazy wild technologies and stuff. But you do very much start slow, and the first quite a number of years on Earth are just trying to, like, take over nations and stuff, because you're all, each of your factions are kind of secret societies basically, so you're all kind of trying to control nations, but you're doing it from the shadows in a way. So like, yeah, you can take over the USA, but you're not like replacing their government, you're just kind of becoming the people in charge of it in the shadows kind of thing. And you can be kicked out, you know, you can be purged from the nation, and other factions can take over and blah, blah, blah. So the first many, many years are you kind of establishing yourself. You have counselors that can go and do missions every couple of weeks, and there's a lot of, like, doing roles and... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, doing roles and percentage chances of things, and you have a lot of that kind of XCOM blood in there, where you could have a 99% chance of victory and still make a bad roll and not succeed. So, like, that stuff is kind of turn-based, kind of on a live clock, and then the actual combat is... Oh, I'm a sniper tank. I need to get way back here. Thankfully, I'm a fast sniper tank, so it's not too difficult for me to get into position. I mean, look at me. Look at me really moving. Uh-oh. Fast sniper tank that needs to not be spotted. Thank you. Good day. Goodbye. Excuse me. Ah, now their artillery wants me. Alright, okay. Whoa! How? Jesus! I really did not expect that guy to hit me. I intentionally dodged out of the way and assumed I would be in a position that he would have no clue I was there. That is shocking. That's a very lucky hit for that guy, because even I didn't know where I was going to go, and if I didn't know, how could he possibly know? I'm trying to get into a position here where I can fire on the enemy without being seen, but it's a big, wide open plain. And I think as soon as I fire my gun, they're going to see me. Yep. Which doesn't give me a lot of options other than running away. Assuming they're going to target me, which they are. Someone's targeting me. If their artillery targets me again, I'm toast. Alright. Can I pull out here? The thing is, their guys are pushing on us. Uh-oh, that's bad. Yeah, it's just... We had so many guys here, but they were just pushing way too close for me to be able to snipe, because I need that distance as a protector. There was nothing else I could hide behind back here. It's this wide open space. There's that rock, but from that rock you can't actually see the enemy. You have to kind of come over here. I could get up the hill, but that wouldn't help me very much either. It's just a bad position. And a lot of their guys came down here and they pushed too close too soon. Oh well. God, it's so sunny here today. There's a high pressure area over Europe right now, which is kind of holding off all of the kind of turbulent weather that's over the ocean. So for a couple of days here, we're getting dry, sunny, warm weather, which is crazy because this year has been awful. Like, this year has been just terrible for weather. I know people in other countries always like to joke about the stereotype that it rains constantly in England, and that's not actually true. We get a decent amount of rain, but no more than like lots of places in America or New York or whatever. But this year it has been true, because we've had this crazy weather where almost every single day this year, 2026, we've had rain. It's been bad. Like, it's not been heavy rain all day. Sometimes it's just drizzle. Sometimes it's bouts of light rain. But we've not had a dry day. We've had 1 or 2 or 3 dry days this year where we could actually do something, you know? But it's just been so wet and miserable and cold and dark. Which is last year was so different. Not so much January or February, really. February. Like, last year was crazy because last year we had the driest spring in the UK for the past 75, 80 years or something. It was wild. And it wasn't just spring. It was like, it wasn't just the fact that it was dry. Last year, spring and even the tail end of winter was warm, or at the very least mild and pleasant and sunny. Sorry, let me have a drink. It was really nice, and that carried on into summer. So, like, spring was basically summer, and summer was even more summery, and it was dry. We had months with no rain, which was wild. Like, I had to go outside every day and water the plants, otherwise they would have died, because it literally did not rain for months and months. Not once. Not one single drop of rain for months. It was crazy. Like, April showers didn't happen that year. It was wild, and now this year seems to be the complete opposite, and we're just getting nothing but rain. Which is depressing, because I have so many garden chores I need to get done, but I can't do them when it's wet. But today the sun's out. I'm happy. It cheers me up, because I have that whole kind of seasonal affective disorder, or whatever the hell they call it. Where, like, if it's dull, I'm sad, and if it's not dull, I'm happy. Who am I here with? Oh, one of these, like, dual turret French things. Sweet. God, we are all very slow. Even this medium tank is just barely faster than us. Oh, we'll get there. There are a couple of lads behind me. We got a couple of fellas. This guy's got 2 turrets. Alright. Are we going to brawl up here? Let me have a look at the... Uh-oh. Yep, we are. Excuse me, fellas. Let's just, how have we not spotted them?
Focus on this location.
Come on, lads. There we go. Is it just that fella? He did a fair chunk of damage to me, though. He took 200 health off. I only have 800. Alright, looks like we're moving now. There's a heavy guy to my right I'm not thrilled about. I did expect the engagement to be here, though. Oh, I just couldn't quite do the damage, and they've got artillery on us as well. I want to keep moving backwards so I can give this guy some space as well. This is going to be a really tough fight. This is going to be real concerning. That guy's going to hit me. Yeah. Plus their artillery is on me. Honestly, I'm going to go around. These guys over here, this guy, I'm not sure what he's doing. But I'm going to go around, let that guy hold that little spot there while I try and push down here a little bit. It's not good for the artillery. The artillery could definitely do something bad here. I don't think I can even get close to them here, really.
Focus attention here.
Oh, our boy's moving in. Oh, that's a bad idea. Alright.
Friendly vehicle destroyed.
I was going to come down here to assist that dude, but something very bad happened. I think we're done for here. There aren't enough of us. I mean, our team are getting a lot of kills out there, but up here it's bad. Someone can see me and I can't see them. That's not good. I think there's a sniper over there. I didn't want to go up there and brawl. That chopper is somehow still alive, not for long. Fine. I guess I'm going to have to brawl. and probably lose. Our guys have survived much longer than I expected them to, but still, this is... Whoa. How's that chopper alive? I'm just going to kind of let him know I'm on my way. Oh, he said affirmative. Hopefully he knows that I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm going to... Oh, he's dead. Alright. I don't know about this. I'm basically the last guy up here. Just going to send an SOS so the team know I'm the last guy up here. I'm a bit slow. My treads have been damaged. They won't see me until they're on top of me. And we know there's at least one guy around there somewhere. So whether he's going to come from the left or the right, who can say? Where's the needer target? My scout is gone. I'm concerned to move. Their artillery is probably going to keep a bead on me, though. I'm just going to have to go, and whatever's down here, I think there might be a sniper. I'm just going to have to fight him. Most of their team are off on the right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to flank them. I think they've got at least one guy still defending the flank. And even if I didn't, I don't think I'd be able to get to the artillery before he blasted me. But we can try. Maybe they did all leave. Nope, I've been seen, and it's probably their sniper. I'm just going to stop for a second and make it seem like I'm not moving forwards. They do know I'm here, though. And they do know I'm about to attack. This is probably going to go badly for me, but if nothing else, it might distract... It might distract the enemy a little bit. There is that sniper over there. He's going to see me. I'm assuming their artillery is hiding back here, but honestly, I don't know. Okay, at this point, I have no idea where he is. I need to keep moving so I can get into cover here for a sec. Where's the needed target? I mean, that's a silly thing to say. The enemy are all behind me. I'm trying to find their artillery, but it's going to be the death of me. Oh, found him. Hello, Grill. Oh, no. Oh, I just repaired and I was going to start moving again. I would have been able to kill that guy because he has very little health and I'm rapid fire. Well, let's hope our team can win. It's, I'm not going to say it's even Stevens. It's very much down to how effective our artillery is going to be at this point. This little sniper hasn't been damaged yet, but he's about to be. He's about to be hit. That Black Prince... Oh, that Black Prince is going to kick that thing's ass. Black Prince, not the best tank, but I mean, it is a heavy tank. Yeah. Thing is, it's just our sniper now, spotting for the artillery, and he is not long for this world. And as soon as he's gone... there's going to be nothing left spotting for the artillery. The artillery really does want... I'm just... all I can do is highlight and kind of say, hey, you should probably focus on this guy. Oh, that's a bad idea. Don't go over the hill. Maybe this guy's going to do it. There is a sniper out here, though, and one shot on you and you're done for. They don't currently see you. I think they're near the base. Alright, you want to know where the artillery is? It's there. Just in case they didn't notice when I spotted it and killed it. I just want them to be aware of where their artillery is parked. I'm reasonably sure the grill is still going to be there. It was a good spot for him, so... why would he move at this point? That sniper, I think, is waiting for our Hellcat to make a move on the artillery. Oh, he's done for. Come on, you got to do some spotting. Nope, nope. Plaguebringer. Is that what their oh, they're the sniper's called. Oh, their artillery's dead. I didn't even notice. They're spotting where their artillery is. It's just the sniper and the Black Prince now. They're probably both more or less... I bet the sniper's still over here somewhere where he was earlier, and I bet the Black Prince is the guy that's in the base. What's our artillery going to do about it? This guy's sitting here, which is not at all useful. You've got 3 minutes to go and kill the enemy. This guy is on the move. If nothing else, he could spot for the other artillery, but the other artillery's just sat here. What's he think he's going to accomplish by sitting here doing nothing? I'm sorry, I know you're not really, like, attacky units, but you have to. At this point, you have to. Oh, he's firing into the base non-discriminately. Indiscriminately. Not a bad idea. I mean, you could get a lucky shot, and if nothing else, this guy might go into the base and spot the enemy for him. He's trying to sneak around the back. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. Oh, the other fella's come down. Oh, the sniper chased behind him. The sniper's on his ass. That's why he came down. We've lost this. No way we're going to win. This guy isn't even going to get one more shot on the Black Prince. It's all up to you now, little AMX. It's all up to you. I'm just going to highlight the map as my way of saying I'm still here watching. Oh, I can't. I'm not allowed to anymore. That's a shame. Sometimes I like to do that just to let the players know that I'm still here, like cheering them on, you know? He's done for. That Black Prince is going to kill him. What's his plan? What's his plan here? What's the plan, dude? You can't go through that building. Oh, you can. Okay, I'll take it back. Oh. Sniper's got him now. Sniper did no damage, but damaged his treads, so he can't move. Well, you are a surprisingly sturdy little tank, I'll give you that much. Hey, they've stopped trying to capture the base.
We may have lost this one.
Oh, well.
We'll be back.
Plaguebringer. Seemingly good tank. I wonder what country that's from. Who could say? Remember to drink your tea, everyone. Mm. Yep, a close defeat. That's what that was. Definitely a close one. How did I do? You know, a bit below the middle. I didn't do as much as I would have liked to have done there. I'm not sure I would have helped very much with that middle engagement in the end. But maybe I should have just gone, you know, head first into battle instead of trying to be a bit more cautious. Maybe I would have helped that dude that had 7 health points. Maybe. It's been a long road getting from there to here. What else we want to whip out? I'm just looking at all my nice shiny premium tanks. You know what? What about? Come on. You know, this game often doesn't register button presses. It's kind of weird. You have to like really hold the button down sometimes. How about the VK30.01D? Look at this thing. Quite a workhorse. I like it. It's nippy, speedy, you know, it's quite fast. Decent-ish armor, although you'd rather not get hit. And pretty good gun, pretty good reload time on the gun as well. But my time is finally here. What's the next line of that? It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally here. Oh, what's the next line? I can touch the sky. But what's the other line? I don't know. You know, I quite like that new Star Trek series. A lot of people don't like it. And there's definitely things I don't like about it. But in general, I'm quite enjoying it. But I'll tell you what, though. The opening like theme tune is awful. Yes, I will go to the top. It's so bad. Like, as an orchestral piece in a vacuum, it's fine. But like, if I asked someone who watches Star Trek to kind of hum any of the Star Trek theme tunes, even the ones that people historically have said aren't very good, like the Enterprise one, they can hum it or sing it, like they know it. It's memorable, right? But this new one, like, even as I was sat there listening to it the other day, I couldn't pick out what the main theme is supposed to be. You know, like the tune, I couldn't pick it out. It just doesn't have one. It's just kind of a mishmash of orchestral noises, which is a bummer. Because, like, you know, a strong theme song is important. And yeah, this show just does not have one, and I'm just not sure how that got. How? That said, I couldn't tell you what the Discovery theme is either, but I think it had one. I think it at least tried, right? And Strange New Worlds is kind of an amalgamation. They're trying to like make it like the original, and that wasn't bad. But yeah, like just the theme song. All right, this is a dangerous little spot for me here, but if they do come across this plane, like anywhere out here, I can shoot them from here. Doesn't look like they are though. Looks like there's this one dude. Oh. I took a guess. Alright. Alright, looks like they didn't come this way, and thus we can kind of push out in this direction. And push towards their spawn. Not that they have artillery, but we are getting behind them. They're also getting behind us. But hey ho. Hello! Ooh, he didn't get quite close enough there for me to do anything to him. Ooh, he's flying! You know what? Screw that guy. Oh, I can't quite raise my turret enough. Alright, I'm just letting the team know, like, hey, you could shoot this guy. Oh, I just missed him. Alright. Time to move. I'm in a pretty shootable position right here. Let's get down here. There we go. There's a lot of them, and they all kind of made it up to the ridge now. They're forming a defensive line. I am concerned about the guys to my left. They are far enough away that it might not be an immediate issue. Also, it's difficult to bring my turret down whilst fighting over dunes like this. A lot of the guys who I thought were kind of behind me have instead taken much more reserved positions. Oh, this guy's screwed. Alright, let's have a look. Where are my guys? My guys are behind this dune. Alright, let's get back here with these guys. I don't want to push forward too hard. Uh-oh. I'm getting behind the dune. Alright, I'm all duned up. Well, at least I touched him, but things are looking bad for us. Someone's aiming at me and I don't like that. Oh, sorry. Just trying to reverse. I'm in a little medium tank. Barask is a dangerous tank. You don't want to fuck with him. Alright, where's that other guy? Was he behind this rock? Was that where he was? Is he here? Is this the rock he was parked behind? Or is he over there?
Punch a hole in their armor.
I mean, he's got 8 health points, but he ain't dead yet. Still, this isn't going terribly. We have a little bit of something we can hide behind. We are winning on numbers. Our guys on the other side of the map seem to be doing well as well. And we're alive, which is the main thing. I don't just want to push on that Barask, because that... I'd love to have a Barask. It's a hell of a tank. I always lose against that thing. It's so good. Doesn't matter if I'm in a heavy tank or what. The Barask will kick my ass 9 times out of 10. Still, we are pushing forwards. Zizka. Hello, Zizka. And also the Barask is so fast as well. He can whiz around everywhere and get to the other side of the map so quickly. I'm going to get behind this rock. We are focusing on this location. That's why we're here. We're focusing. Oh, there he is. And thing is, I don't have any cover between me and him. Alright. If it comes to it, what, drive down the hill? He's behind that sand dune. Alright, yeah, let's go this way. We got this guy, the Zizka, trying to flank him here. If I can reverse a bit. Ah, no, there he is. He's gotten all the way over there already. They're so fast, those tanks. Uh-oh. As long as it's not the Brumbar firing on me. Come on. I need to get up here into cover. Strength in numbers, Zizka. Strength in numbers. Alright, what are we dealing with here? We could easily lose this. I need to get into the fight. I need to become an active participant. Who are we shooting at? Alright, I helped. Let's just take a moment. I don't want to get hit by the this guy. Alright. Next, it's the Barask and some light dude now. Well, I'm scared of the Barask. How much health that guy has. He's a medium tank, but he's built like a tank. He could definitely kill that Progetto there. Maybe even the FCM. I don't know. The FCM was one of those fancy new indestructible French things. If nothing else, I want to get over here and help, you know? But look how fast he is. He's just running away from everyone because he can, because he's so fast. He's going to be up there before anyone even realizes it. I hope that they can deal with this little light tank. I assume they're going to be able to. Wild shot. Alright, next wild shot. We're doing damage if he just sits there and lets us kill him. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Okay, it's just him now. You know what? Oh, I fired my gun. I was trying to pull up the thing. Oh, trying to wildly shoot at this race car. Is he in an F1? The guy is bucking it. I'm going to have to change course to try and catch up with him. Jump this cliff. Damaged myself doing that. I don't care if we've lost fuel as long as it doesn't slow me. I mean, losing fuel shouldn't slow me down because that would be ridiculous. Like you don't lose speed just because your fuel tank's half empty. You know what I mean? But look how fast he is. See what I mean about the Barask? He can just get away from anything. Anything he can just run away from. He's so fast. Alright, let's send the heavy guy up there. Because we're covering this left side here, so his only way out is on the far right. But if that heavy guy goes straight up the middle, he'll completely miss him. He's not going to come down that way. He's either going to come down here, or he's going to come down on the far right. No. Far right. That's where he's going to be. This guy's going the wrong way. He's just going to get away. You know what? I'm not even going this way. Oh, he is actually above me? Okay. He went this way. I did not expect that. Alright, he might actually turn around and come this way then. Unless he wants to go headlong into my dude and kill my dude, which he might also do. It's one or the other. Oh, he seems to want to go headlong into my dude. At least I'm in a relatively nippy tank. Oh, just as I was about to fire. Oh man. Hey, at least we won. I was so close to killing him though. But yeah, the Barask is just one of those very OP tanks that I would love to have. But it's never on sale when I look for it. And it's probably too expensive anyway, right? Some stuff. It's not as bad as World of Warships when it comes to how much like an individual tank or a ship costs, you know. The ships in that game can cost like £30, and you'd have to be insane to spend £30 on an in-game unit. Unless, like, I don't know, you got lucky on the lottery and didn't have bills to pay. I don't know. This game, it can be more like £10 or £15, which is still a lot of money to spend on a tank or something, but as a special little treat once a year or something, you know. It's been a couple of years since I bought a tank in this game, but I'd be willing to buy one. If the right tank appeared, you know. God, that is so many... Look at that. The tank's even rolling over turrets. I wonder how many of those turrets can be reused. Because they get remachined, right? Because, like, turrets can kind of wear out and deform, but then you can kind of... remachine, kind of like... what's the word I'm thinking of? They use it all the time online when you buy things. What's the word when you buy something? Refurbished. They can kind of refurbish the turrets, right? Because they're only good for like X number of shots. And it can be a shockingly small number, like 200 or something. before they have to take the barrel in, because the barrel can get warped, I suppose, and then you run the risk of your, like, whatever you're launching, either the aim gets worse, which isn't ideal, or the barrel could, like the round could get caught in the barrel and then it explode and kill you all, and, you know, bad things like that. Alright, let's bring out the 3002D. That was the 3001D. This is the 3002D. It's just the... Look, it's got little eyes. They've added eyeballs to scare the enemy. Terrifying. Look at this cross-eyed beast. Terrifying. Terrifying. You wake up and this guy is looking down on you in the morning? I'd be scared. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, how long have we been streaming for? Not too long. You know, I think I'll go for another 30 minutes. That'll get us to a nice round 2 hours, and then I have to go do things. Take advantage of the weather. Ah, lovely tea. Ah. Yeah. But yes, in Terra Invicta, the campaign I'm playing, I'm just getting to the point now where I'm about to start, like, all-out war with the aliens. Because the aliens have, like, a how pissed they are with you meter. And if you do too much stuff that annoys them, they will send a fleet to destroy one of your space stations or bases or something, just as, like, a retaliation and a way of saying, like, don't do that, naughty, naughty. But then, if you piss them off too much, they just decide, right, all out war, that's it. And it takes a very long time to get to the point where you might be able to fight them. Even now, right at this very moment, those guys are going to spot me. Let me swing down here. Even now, like, if you just look at the raw fleet power as a statistic, all of my combined military capability that I've built up over almost 20 years in that game is only 5% of what the aliens have. But then I've been intentionally not building it up too much, because you build up too much and they get pissed at you. I'm in a medium tank. Otherwise, normally I might drive up here and try and engage those guys as they come around this corner, and I might still do that from here, but I'd have to see them and be able to duck behind this building. Because if I were to drive down this road, I'd have no cover for a really long time. You've got this heavy guy engaging this medium guy over here, and I want to help him out. But it would mean going out into the open in quite a big way. There's a heavy guy as well. And a medium guy coming up behind him somewhere. I want to help. That's a capture KV-1 as well. Come on, one more shot, then I get into cover. Alright, cover time. Capture KV-1 can reload very fast, but so can I. Alright.
Enemy armor destroyed.
This guy... Come on, kill him. Alright. I feel bad for kind of stealing his kill, but he was on the verge of death as well. Alright. Now it's just me over here. Just send an SOS so the team knows it's just me. I'm essentially holding this flank myself, and there's the artillery. They want me dead. Oh, because he's pretty close by. I'm not going to chase him down. That would be really stupid, because there's a big group in the middle of the map here. They would essentially all turn around and blast me in the ass, so that's not a good idea. Most of my team have gone up the left-hand side of the map. That's a problem for me. I don't really want to chase down this little light guy, because he's going to be a pain in the ass to hit. And he doesn't want to come down here. And I don't think anyone else is going to come from that side of the map. The problem is, if I move out here... Oh, hello. Uh-oh, that's a heavy guy. Whoa, how did that guy even spot me? Alright, fine, I'll shoot you as well, dude. But now I'm running away. And I've got a medium guy who seems very fast chasing me. Oh, come on, I hit a tiny thing. Alright, can we put the auto on? I'm just going to have to turn around and engage these guys.
Hope they weren't using that.
I'm fast too! Where'd they go?
The fuel tank's been damaged.
There's just too many of them. There was a heavy guy, a really fast medium guy, and that light guy. And I didn't have any assistance. There is this heavy guy who came over to help, but he's screwed as well. Our team just soundly lost that. It seems like whatever forces we had over here were torn apart. And they eventually... And this is why I sent the SOS out, because when I was the only guy here, I was aware that this entire area was essentially open, because they had loads of guys up here. And all they needed to do was notice that this area was defended by one little medium guy, me, and they would have done exactly what they just did and just pushed down on me, and then I'd be done. So that's what happened there. But it was a bit of fun. I enjoyed chasing that little light guy. I could have got him if he hadn't swerved left, and it took me a minute to zoom the camera out and turn my turret and figure out where the hell he'd gone. And remember, I'm playing this game on an Xbox that only runs at, like, at best 29 FPS. So it's quite tricky with a low frame rate to do, like, high-speed action. Wouldn't it be nice if it could hit 30? But no, it doesn't. Good tea, though. Good tea. So, yeah. I'm at a point now where in Terra Invicta where I'm getting really close to being able to fully start a war. But first... Okay, so it's like... No, I don't know. This is as far as I've ever gotten, so I might be doing a really bad job. But basically, my plan is this. I have designed a fleet of ships that is able to quickly get around the inner solar system asteroid belt. So everything between Jupiter and the Sun. Because everything from Jupiter out is controlled by the aliens at the moment. But there's a whole inner solar system with, like, you know, I don't know, 200 asteroids and dwarf moon planet things and stuff. So, what to bring out here? I guess I've not brought the Minuteman out today. Let's give it a go. So, that's not the Minuteman. That's an entirely different tank. Show me the Minuteman. There it is. He's a big boy. And so I've been keeping everything kind of contracted and small, not to piss the aliens off too much. But now I'm going to piss them off. I've designed ships that are fast. They have no weapons, no armor, no nothing. But they're fast and they're cheap, and they can deploy automated mining platforms. And I've built like 30 of these ships. And I've sent them all out so that they will arrive at different places in the inner asteroid belt at the same time. 9 weeks. They will arrive and they will start building automated mining bases, which are quite quick to build and cheap. And the aliens are going to get pissed off, right? And they're going to start sending little fleets to blow up these bases. But every however many weeks, I mean, these ships have to refuel eventually, so they have to return home to refuel and stuff. But I'm going to be able to build, hopefully, somewhat exponentially, more mining bases than they can destroy. And so that sudden boost in my economy of mining metals and rare metals and volatiles and water and all the things I need to build spaceships, I already have my shipyards ready to build ships. And I've built a number of shipyards in... you know what? Should I just go into the town? I built a number of shipyards out in the belt because that is closer to Jupiter and thus a little bit quicker to get places. Like places like Ceres and little asteroids like Hertha and things. Places that have certain key mines. I've decided to bolster them up with shipyards and extra defenses and stuff. And it's something of a staging ground as well. So my plan is send all these ships out to start building automated mining outposts, and then once the first wave of those are online, the first 30 or so, kind of see what the aliens do. Do they immediately come and attack them? Do they try and blow up just 1 or 2 of them, or do they blow up like a dozen of them all at once? And see kind of how they behave. And if they don't behave too badly, then I'll sit there just kind of doing the same thing for a while, saving up resources. Because I can build ships quickly, but I can't get resources quickly, right? So my plan is to just kind of play it by ear, see what happens. If necessary, if the aliens do go all out crazy, noticing that I've suddenly exploded my, my production base, my economy, then I will use some resources that I've saved up for several years to build a expeditionary force that will go to attack Jupiter, right? Because the aliens have a base on Io. And I don't know if I'll win, but I might distract them enough that they don't focus so much on my economy. At least so that I can get the ball rolling. And by then, hopefully, those 30 ships whose job it is to build more automated posts are able to build more, like another 30, but also they should be able to turn around in any bases that were already destroyed by the aliens. They can pop back there and just rebuild it, because it should be relatively fast to rebuild them. And then hopefully things will snowball, and I will be able to, build enough fleets, because again, remember, my current strength versus the aliens, if you just were to condense it to a number, is 5% what they're capable of. 5%. And that's if I took every single ship I have. 5%. So I really have to suddenly explode my production of ships and increase... Sorry, I'm trying not to destroy this lovely yellow car here. I don't like to destroy people's cars. They're so nice. Right, I'll go this way and meet up with this heavy guy over here. Because we just lost a heavy guy on the front line over here, and so I want to help this IS-5 out where possible. Come on, I know I'm slow, but I gotta get there. I could come up here, maybe? This is a little snipey spot. Can I shoot them from here, though? It's a very restrictive snipey spot. Really depends on where the enemy is. It really does depend. If he comes around this corner, which he doesn't seem to want to do, I'm going to have to move.
Focus on this area.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of focused on that area. You need a target? Dog, there's your target. Need a target, indeed. Come on, Mr. Carnarvon. Alright, so. Yes, Sammy, I'll be doing boats tomorrow. You can advise me. What's that ship? The Farragut. I'm still... The only reason that I play the Farragut is to get better at shooting, because that's what I'm told I should be doing. See, I take your advice sometimes. Alright, now this seems like a bad idea. I'm going way out into the open, but I have to find the enemy. I can't just sit around doing nothing.
Focus on this location.
Yep, I'm focusing. This guy again says he needs a target. Dog, you're in a heavy tank parked in the corner of the map. Maybe move forwards a little bit. We know where the enemy are. You just got to get to them. Oh god, I have a turning circle of a potato. Come on, turn. Alright, well, there you go. He should be able to... Yeah, he's firing on the striker. The striker seems to have moved position, but someone can see me. There was a heavy tank. Oh, is that another sniper? See, this is this big open space I was worried about. Hang on, I'm on fire. I'm done for. There's too many guys up here. I think there might be all three snipers might be up here. What's a Panzerjäger? Is that yeah, that was the sniper tank. I think all of their snipers were up there. I was hoping it was just the one sniper, and I was hoping that he was the guy moving away. But it turns out there was at least one or two other tanks up there. I think at least two. They might not have both been sniper tanks, but there was definitely two tanks up there firing on me. That's very unlucky, especially with the Minuteman, because it's quite a sturdy tank. Depending on who's shooting at you, a lot of the shots will bounce off. I have so many great matches in the Minuteman where all of my team have died and we're clearly going to lose. And there's loads of them left, but they happen to just all be in tanks that struggle to penetrate the Minuteman, so I can go around and like slowly blast one after the other as they bounce off, and that's great fun. They usually eventually kill me because they catch up with me and swarm me and stuff, but it's great fun when you can kind of feel like you're really in a tank and no one can hurt you. You've got the Tier 7 pirate battleship from the Free Crate. Alright. Let's assume that I've not played the game in like 3 weeks, and what a pirate battleship? Where are the pirates getting the fuel oil from? That's a lot. You really have to have a pretty powerful like national naval economy to be able to provide the consumables that a battleship needs for even one day of like sea service. So where are pirates, if nothing else, getting the spare parts and the fuel oil to even like how are they fielding a battleship? That's my question for you. How are they getting that out there? I always enjoy seeing this like answered in TV shows that try to be kind of realistic about like one military ship out on its own, and how do they explain how it has ammo and fuel and stuff. Like in Battlestar Galactica, the 2000s remake, which is fantastic and one of my favorite shows of all time, by the way, they explain this in the pilot. So the ship is being turned into a museum ship, so it doesn't have any ammunition on board anymore. So in the pilot, they specifically go to a kind of like secret fuel and ammo depot and load up on everything that they need. And also, later on in the series, there's an episode that shows them actually producing ammunition in a little onboard like DIY factory that they've built for themselves. On board their ship to produce ammunition for their fighters and stuff. And there's episodes that show how they produce fuel and where they get water from for for everything that a fleet of 50,000 people needs water for, and how they produce food. I really love that about that show. It's really cool. But yeah. Hello, friend. A chopper, eh? You concern me, sir. You could probably kick my ass once you get a good shot off, so I'm just going to back off for a sec. I'm in a tough spot here because realistically, if a guy comes around this corner and really wants to, I have to back all the way up to get into cover. Hello! Like this. Let's see how hard this guy hits. Well, he missed. He hit the impenetrable church. Oh, wonderful. Alright, I'm not certain that... Well, okay, if I push forward here, he's going to shoot me. Of course he's going to shoot me. What, is he an idiot? See, he hit me, and he did way more... I did nothing to him, and he did damage to me. So I'm not certain that I'm going to get much done here. Whatever this Orochi is. Yeah, the last ship was a pretty good show as well. Remember that one? Alright, I'm just not doing anything to this guy. I wonder how quick he can reload compared to me.
Focus on this location.
Alright, well now I'm in a position to shoot him. Alright, I bounced off, but I tried to shoot him in the arse. I just can't scratch this guy. I can sit here for 1,000,000 years, and I can essentially pin this guy down, but he's essentially pinned me down as well. We do have a heavy guy trying to push out into this square. And I do have a sniper engaging this guy, but, like, yeah, we just can't pierce this guy at all. Oh yeah, no, I know we need to engage this guy, but I can't do a damn thing to him. I cannot pierce him. And the Bog Horror is a pretty good tank for piercing guys. I tried shooting him in his miniature turret and it did some damage, I guess. I can just keep hitting him there, but he's going to break me down more than I'm breaking him down. I think we're going to lose this. It all depends on what the rest of our team are going to do around the corner. Because we're getting slaughtered over here. We're just getting slaughtered. We are getting messed up. I don't think I can go anywhere at this point. And I think this one guy is... Yeah, I know about that guy. There's nothing I can do about that guy. I wish our artillery could fire on him, but he's dead. I think this guy might be trying to get around behind us. He's disappeared.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
No, he's gone up the road. See, he's over there. Alright, this guy is a big problem to which I do not have a solution. I can't seem to hurt him. He's just going to get closer and closer and get to the point where he can mess me up, period. Alright, I'm going to see if I can take a little hit here. Can I... I just can't do anything. I think I tracked him, but that's really it. And that doesn't help me very much. Me and this sniper here. Oh, this... Uh-oh. Nope, sniper's dead. Alright, I'm just going to say... Whoa, see, look at this. I pulled the trigger to do this, but it forced me to fire the tank gun. That's really annoying. Like, I brought this up, and then I pulled the trigger because that's the command to bring the chat up. Alright, I'm just going to go for it. I can't hurt this guy. I don't know what the hell an Orochi is, but the Bog Horror is a very impressive tank, and it just can't penetrate this guy at all. There's a guy behind me as well. What the hell is an Orochi? That is a hell of a tank, whatever that thing is. Look at this thing. This thing is impenetrable. I mean, okay, he's lost half his health, but I didn't do that. Oh man, the Bog Horror is one hell of a tank, and it couldn't scratch it. I did one little bit of damage when I hit him in his turret, but wow. I'm sure... Look at that. We've got 2 guys left, and they've only lost 3 guys. That was very unfortunate. That was an unfortunate match. I think I did okay. I did all I could have done. I held down a spot, and I held that guy back for a really long time. But, you know, what could you do in that situation? I could have left, but if I'd left, they would have just pushed down that area sooner and gotten through that flank even quicker. All I could do is hope that the rest of my team would eat away at their flank. And we could kind of meet up and deal with it. And obviously that didn't work out, but that's unfortunate. Wow, man. The Bog Horror is a good tank too. You know what? I'm going to Google it. Hang on. I'm Googling. Where's my internet? I have so many screens. I have too many screens. Hang on. World of Tanks, Modern Armor, Orochi. Let's Google it. I'm going to... Orochi Oni? So it's a version of... it's what, a Japanese tank? It's a Japanese heavy tank. Well, that explains... Oh, right. It's a bit like an Oho and those kind of things with the dual turrets and stuff. Yeah. Okay, no wonder it was quite a tough one. Those can be really tough tanks. I do like those tanks. I guess it's a premium tank, which explains why I've not unlocked it or anything. It's a tier 8 Orochi Oni. Yeah, okay. Okay, noted. I'll try and remember that then. You know what? I was avoiding shooting it in the turret, but those tanks are usually quite susceptible to getting damaged in their main turret. Maybe I should have been targeting the turret, actually. Noted. Noted. Alright, what are we bringing out? I'm going to bring out the KV-1 again. It's a great tank. It's a little bit slow, but not terribly slow. It's a heavy tank, but it's got something of a rapid-fire main gun. It is a heavy tank. It's a little gun. Look at that. It's a little fella, but it's heavy. All right. Now, I am going to the bathroom. I'll just be a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Hello. I was only gone 3 minutes. Who stuck around? I often wonder if some people are impatient and leave during bathroom breaks. You think people do that? Ah. KV1. KV1. It's lovely outside. It really is. I'm, as you know, I stream from my garden shed. I get a lovely view out of this window. This window is, almost as old as I am, actually. I need to rebuild it. You can still buy window putty, right? I'm just going to make a new window out of just a wooden window frame. I'm sure you can still buy window putty. It's just, over the years, the frame has warped and now the window won't close. And some of the wood has rotted away, you know. So it needs rebuilding. It's not a big job. I just haven't got around to it. But I have a lovely view. I can see the apple tree, which it's easy to forget on days like this that we're still very much in winter. Of course, the apple tree doesn't have any buds on it or anything yet. Will the game already start? Alright. I like this map, but I usually like being on the other side of the map. Alright. That's how it's going to be, is it? I want to get at least one shot off on this guy, because he shot me! How dare you, sir! Wow, I can't even hit him. I'm coming for you. I'm coming. There you are. Alright, that's what you get. Now, moving on. It's tricky to know where to go here, really. I'm not used to this side of the map. I like to spawn on the other side of the map, but I guess... Uh-oh. There is a scout over here. He's not actually aiming at me, he's just spotting, so that's okay. I'll be alright if I can get behind this little bit of a lip here. There should be a really straight run down into the town from here, which actually might allow me to shoot... Ooh, yeah, there is a pretty straight run. Too straight, some might say, because if they spot me, they'll be able to hit me way down there. And it seems there's at least 2 guys in the town. Oh, I shot over his head. Damn. So hard to control. I'm concerned about, like, here you go, this heavy guy who's moving in. Where is he? Oh, well, apparently the FCM4 can kick my ass. He has disabled me.
Tracks back up. Go, go, go.
I'll get closer. Our lads are already in there, moving in on him, and I don't want to waste time.
Focus attention here.
Plus, we have guys moving in on our right, which isn't great. I really don't want to have to go against this little scout guy, because I'm not going to be any good at fighting him. But I want to at least give him pause to think for a moment, you know? Right, where is he? Oh, come on, no, tank! Oh, Jesus, I'm still moving. I thought I'd stopped. No, I was supposed to stop on the ridge. I was supposed to stop on this ridge up here. My tank kept moving. I didn't realize he was still frickin' moving. Alright, can we... Come on, turn around. We need to get the hell out of here and fight this guy. Ah, there's too many heavies down here now. And there's just one medium guy left. Alright, what's it looking like on health? Not good. I don't see a way out for me here. I'm done for. There's 2 of them, plus their artillery, plus whatever's moving up on us. Plus this guy is hiding from me extremely effectively. I just can't... Where'd he go? Oh, he's back. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're a heavy tank. How fast can you move? And I'm getting hit from the back. And I'm disabled. And my colleague who was helping me out has left. And whatever this guy is driving, I just can't hurt him. It seems like any tank that's called FCM basically means super duper ultra Like, look at how slowly I'm turning compared to him. I just couldn't get him.
Our vehicle's ready.
That was terrible, man. That was awful. So I got up on this hill. There's no way of actually... I wish I could do free cam. Is that a thing in this game? No. I got up on the hill and I was trying to shoot that scout. And somehow, even though I told my tank to stop moving, it carried on. And that made it hard to hit the scout because my reticle was really big because you can't get your aim in while you're moving. And I was really confused. I was like, why am I not... It should be shrinking. And then I realized, like, oh shit, I'm still moving. By then I was already in a position I didn't want to be in. And by the time I swung back around to engage the guy I was trying to engage, it was already over. And that guy is like, wow, he's in a heavy, ultra... It seems like any tank that has FCM at the start is some kind of ultra, super heavy, really hard to penetrate, super sturdy. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a dreadnought tank. Really powerful. I mean, I know the KV-1, you know, it isn't the strongest tank ever. But, like, obviously it's not very fast. But that guy was super powerful, super strong, and super fast. Like, I was going around the corner to where he was, and within a moment, he had just teleported behind me. Really fast tank. I wouldn't mind having one. Wait, let me have a look. Are they all, like, premium tanks, or can I get an FCM tank as well? I think they're French, right? I think FCM is French. Let's see. FCM. These all say AMX. Maybe FCM isn't French. I thought they were French. No, I don't see any FCM tanks in here. Maybe they're not French. What's FCM then? Let me Google it. Let me see what an FCM tank is, because every time I go up against one, I'm utterly outmatched. World of Tanks, Modern Armor, FCM. What does FCM mean? Okay, sure, the FCM F4. Sure. Let's have a look. They are French. Wait, what? Hang on, French tanks? I don't see anything called FCM in here. Am I missing it? AMX, AMX, Law, AMX, AMX. Oh, there's an FCM. Okay. So there's one FCM. Hang on a minute. You unlock the F4 way before the F1. Okay, so they are... okay, it's right up here at the top. And are there any FCMs further down, or is it just that top tier? Okay, so it's just these top ones. And they are certain French heavy tanks. Seems there's a 7, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2. So maybe it was this one that killed me just now? Maybe. Possibly. It must have been this one. There aren't really many others. It must have been this tank. No, I wanna look at the thing. Was it this tank? There aren't many FCM tanks, it seems. Maybe it was this one. Was it this one? Don't remember it looking like that. Anyway, whatever. Moving on. Point is, if you ever see an FCM tank, run the hell away, because they'll slaughter you. Oh, they'll just utterly defeat you. Alright. What do we want to bring out? What about some tanks that I've elited that aren't premium tanks? That gives me a page of... Ooh, yeah, what about this thing? Speaking of French tanks that are often hard to beat, this thing, often quite hard to penetrate. I do like my KV-1 though. You can use it like a sniper tank as well. Like, it has reasonably good penetration for the range. You can often kind of, if you're far enough away, you know, you can stay relatively hidden, and that rapid reload makes up for how little damage it does, because it's like, what, every 3 seconds you're firing a round, or 2 seconds, or whatever it is. It's pretty cool for that. So this tank is a light French tank with a kind of a arcing howitzer-y kind of a gun, which can be quite hard to hit your enemies sometimes because it's slow and it goes on an arc. But it can be quite powerful against the right kind of tanks, and against the right kind of tanks, it can be quite hard for them to penetrate you. There's pretty good armor on this tank. It's a bit of a toss-up, though. Sometimes you can fight a heavy tank, and they can't lay a scratch on you, and sometimes they can obliterate you in 2 hits. And I don't have it memorized which tanks can do which, so it's always a bit of a guess when I go up against a tank in this thing. Ah. Cacaw. Okay. Do I know this map? Interesting.
On to victory!
Let's see where everyone goes. I'm going to just drive forward for the moment and see if people come down this way. Is anyone coming down this road with me? No? Oh, this guy is. Alright, I'll follow Churchill. Right, I'm expecting to get down here and then this is where the real danger begins, you know? But look at my little stubby-nosed tank. Such a nice look. It's like an upturned bath. Alright, what do we got? We got a heavy tank and 2 mediums. Okie dokie. Let me get my aim in. See, I did a bit of damage and he bounced off me. Huzzah. But they have a lot of powerful stuff up here, so I don't want to just...
These rounds are having no effect.
I know. I'll aim better next time, honest. There you go, I aimed better. Okay, they still haven't penetrated me, but I have to keep an eye on the map and make sure they don't send something bigger that can really hurt me. Alright, he's got 8 health points. Kill him. Alright, someone is penetrating me like nobody's business. Alright, see, I mean, I'm in a light tank and I was holding my own for quite a while there. They have a sniper moving up behind us. The hidden. Yeah, he seems pretty hidden. Alright, let's assume that those lads can keep doing that, and I'm going to go after the hidden. He should be just to my right on this road. Hello, hidden. Don't look at me. Oh, thank God. Oh no! Fire! Fire everywhere. Alright, this Churchill's doing alright. Let me come around and assist him again. One of these guys down here was able to really lay into me. Don't know which one. Don't want to find out. Uh-oh. There are a lot of dudes down here. It's... Oh, why is our sniper doing that? He's running at the enemy down here. Right, do you think... Oh, look, it's an FCM. I bet this was the guy that was penetrating me. Still, let's see what happens. I don't think I'm really going to hurt him. Yeah, I barely scratched him. We got a guy coming up behind us. Oh, he's going after the sniper. Yeah, he's getting up behind the sniper. This is probably going to be my death, but, well, I was going to go and try and help the sniper, but that's not going to work out now, is it? They're already gone. Nah, they already went through him and got away before I could get there. Alright, what to do? Oh, there's only 2 of them left. Oh, I didn't realise. I thought we were still fighting for our lives over here. No, we've won the match. No wonder they're running away. Yeah, one of the downsides of this tank, very slow. You definitely can't use it as a scouting tank. If someone just sees that you're a light tank and thinks, oh, he must automatically be a scout. Yeah, good luck with this thing. This thing has such heavy armor for what it is that it is... It can't even get to 30 kilometers an hour. Alright, well that's a good game. I would have liked to have done a little more, but, you know, for a light tank, I was playing more like a medium. That was fun. That was fun, right? Oh dear, oh dear. How are we all doing today? How's it going? You know, I don't like to harp on about followers and numbers and stuff, but I'm at 79, which is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting to 80. It's a nice round number. Oh, let me get comfortable here. I like looking at people's names sometimes. People have such cool names. None of these, though. I don't know. Gorilla 1 is pretty cool. What else have we got? Captain Haddock on the other team. That's a pretty good name. I like Captain Haddock. The rest of them are just fine. But at least they're, what's the word? Like, at least they're coming up with something, right? It's not just like adjective, noun, number, or whatever, you know? Like, the stuff that Xbox generates for you as a suggestion. They're always really uninspired. Like, cool name generators have existed for years and years and years. I made a few years ago, you know, because it's a simple, like, when I was in school learning basic coding, doing like simple, you know, string concatenation and randomization is just, that's like the first thing that's one of the first things you learn, right? So you can make fun little stuff. But they don't put fun stuff in these generators, it seems, companies, because they're worried that something might accidentally be generated and offend someone, I guess. I'm like, don't get me wrong, you can't put offensive stuff in here, but everything is so many layers of washed down and watered down and sanded edges that it's just completely uninspired and uninteresting. What to whip out here? Maybe my Oni? That's a big Japanese tank. Oh jeez, Jesus! I put some camo on that. Look at that thing. Do I though? Hang on, I have the next one up, I think. Yeah, I have the Oho, which I am leveling up. How am I doing on that? Where am I up to on the upgrades and stuff? Oh, I've got to the end. I'm just waiting to get to the next one, the Type 4 Heavy. Okay, so yeah, let's pull this guy out. He's got nice camo. I put effort into this one, it seemed. This tank makes frequent stops. It sure does. It's a slow tank. Let's do it. And yes, as Sammy was saying earlier, I will be playing tomorrow World of Warships at the same time, 11 a.m. UK time, GMT, UTC, WTF, OMG, BBQ, Roffle Mayo, Rofflecopter. Good old Rofflecopter. Anyway. Just staring off into the distance, picturing the little Rofflecopter gif people used to make. Have I updated the game? No, Sammy, but I will come out a little early. I actually, you know, when I booted up the Xbox today, it immediately started updating World of Warships. So it'll be done by tomorrow, don't worry. It's been a long road getting from there to here. I'm going to go to Tetsuo Ridge because I like the name. Did I get the code for the something? No, I've not looked at anything. Where do you put the code in, by the way? Because whenever I see the code stuff, it's always like, yo, you need to go to the website or blah, 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 and I never bother. If there's something in the game that I can just put the code in, great. Otherwise, I usually can't be asked. Hello, Salty Silverback 77. See, now that's a good name. It sounds like an auto-generated name, but it has some teeth to it, you know? I can imagine a Microsoft committee focus group meeting where they would decide that Salty Silverback was an inappropriate name that they wouldn't put in their auto-generation thing. See, that's what, yes, Salty says it's real. I agree. Because it sounds too cool. It sounds like something that they wouldn't have in their auto-generator. Because it's not the most sanded down thing in the world. See, that sounds like a lot of effort, Sammy. Go to the website. Link my account. Do a thing. Yeah, I probably should at some point. How about, this is just a crazy idea, how about video game features should be built into the video game? How about that? I know. I'm a revolutionary thinker. Link my Wargaming account to what, though? Link it to my Xbox? It's probably already on... I'm probably already linked, right? Surely. I must be, because I'm playing on Xbox. So surely my Wargaming account is linked to... Anyway, yeah, maybe I will go to the website and do that. I'd have to find the code first. Go on Facebook and follow them. Well, there's your first mistake. I stopped using Facebook, I don't know, how long ago? God, let me think. At least a decade ago.
Focus on this area.
I'm very sad about that, because I liked Facebook. Alright, I shouldn't be hiding with the artillery. I liked Facebook. Facebook was really cool. I loved it. It was a real nice breakaway from MySpace when it came out, and I was a big fan. But I stopped using it eventually. Like, the sign was there that it was no longer fit for purpose when your like wall feed stopped being in chronological order, and they started to curate it. Because it used to be that you would go on your wall and it would show you the latest posts from your friends in the order that they posted them. And that was really handy, because then like you could check in every couple of hours and see what people had updated. But eventually they started mixing it all up in weird like orders, which made things more confusing and weird and annoying. And I'm in a funny position here. I'm just kind of hoping my team... First off, I'm hoping I can penetrate these guys effectively. But that does not seem to be the case. And they've got artillery on me. So I'm just going to have to move back. Their artillery, when you're in a big slow tank like this, artillery can just tear you apart because you can't get away from them. You're not quick enough to take cover. So I'm just kind of hoping that their artillery is over there somewhere and thus it can't hit me. But it seems really interested in hitting me right now. Yeah, no, he's over there. Okay, I can't even see my tank anymore. I'm just going to have to move forward. It seems like our team have done the work here for the most part. Yeah, there's a guy up there, but I can't see him. Anyway, so when they made it non-chronological, that was pretty bad. And then, and this is as much on the way people changed as it is Facebook. Facebook encouraged it, but I suppose everywhere encouraged it. More and more, Facebook became less about what your friends were posting and more about what they were sharing, right? So it was less and less about them posting their photos or writing about what they were doing that day, and it was more about what they're sharing from other websites. I've shared this thing from this site or from that site or this article or that article. And a little bit of that is cool, but it became less curated and more like people were just kind of sharing everything and not sharing enough about their own lives with their friends. So Facebook stopped being a place where I could go to see what my buddies were up to that day or what they'd done over the weekend or what they were interested in at that moment, and it became more just like, this is just like a worse version of Reddit or something, which, you know, where you could like subscribe to various communities and then see a scroll of like articles and posts and images and things. But this wasn't curated, it was just random stuff that people posted. And so that's not entirely Facebook's fault. That's kind of the way it all went. Facebook certainly encouraged it, but it just stopped being useful. And then I used it for a couple of years just for like events, because everyone used Facebook still. And it was a great place, even if you didn't use it for anything else anymore, it was a great place to organize an event. You know, you could make an event and send invites and then arrange a time for people to get together and stuff. It was really useful for that. But then more and more people stopped using Facebook. And so that stopped being useful. And now, obviously, there was also a time period around about the time Facebook kind of went downhill when, like, it gained even more wide-scale appeal. And I think it became more like smartphone centric, because originally, of course, Facebook was very much like you would go to your PC to use Facebook, right? Smartphones weren't a thing when Facebook started. But eventually, everyone got smartphones. And it was originally, for a very long time, your parents didn't use Facebook, right? Your uncle didn't use Facebook. Your auntie didn't use Facebook. Your boss didn't use Facebook. Facebook was for a younger generation. And it was for your peers, right? It was for like young people in their teens and in their 20s. But then it got to a point where like your whole family was on Facebook, and Google tried to solve this issue with like their circles and things on their short-lived Google Plus platform, where they tried to make separate social circles so you could post certain things that certain people would see and other people wouldn't. Facebook didn't buy into that, and so you kind of stopped sharing a lot of stuff on Facebook because you didn't necessarily want your entire extended family and your boss and whoever else you had on Facebook to see that stuff. So it just became a graveyard, and not to mention that the UI kept getting worse and it kept getting more stuffed with ads and nonsense. And oh, I can't shoot anyone. I'm in the slowest tank ever. I'm trying to catch up with the enemy here. It just became a graveyard of just uselessness, really. And as much as I really, really liked Facebook and really liked connecting with people, and as much as I've lost contact with a lot of people because they only use Facebook for some reason, I just stopped because it just became a useless platform full of ads and full of rubbish and full of too many different menus and nonsense. And I'm really hoping that this guy can deal with the guy behind me so I can deal with the guy in front of me. Hello. I'm in a tank. Pew pew. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to read chat in a moment. Once I've died here, which I assume is going to happen relatively soon. There's no way I'm going to survive this, surely. It's 4v4. Let's see how this goes with this T-28. He could definitely shoot me in the side right here. Can I get a shot on him, though? Yes, but not a good shot. Oh my god, I missed. Can I shoot, please? I can't hit him from here. He's too low. Plus their artillery's on me, which isn't good. Alright, what can I actually hit? Okay. No, hit him on the side. That doesn't help. I'm done for. Did something hit me in the back? Oh, their artillery's here. I was like, did something crash into me? Yeah, you can post links on the Discord. That's cool. Alright, let me read this. Oh, you gave me the the code. Thank you very much. If you're going to post the link on the Discord, you could always throw that on the Discord as well. Salty Silverback says you only use it to talk to your kids on video call and warships and nothing else. Sammy uses Reddit for boats, doesn't have Facebook. You don't follow anything but ships. I mean, I'm not trying to decry, I'm not trying to say that... Look, just because I don't like Facebook, and just because I think it sucks, I'm not trying to say anyone that uses it is wrong, right? There are many use cases for it still. But for me, it's just not useful anymore. I was the original target audience. I don't think I am anymore. Ooh, he got behind him. Look at that. Good job, fella. Good job. We could still lose this. Look, this guy's got no health. That he's being hunted by this very, very healthy... Whatever that thing is. What's that tank called? Hang on. What is it? A Grill 15? I reckon we could lose this one. I reckon we could. If this guy's smart and he doesn't seem to be stupid. Anyway. Yeah, just because it's not useful for me anymore. And also, like, Facebook as a company, they're pretty evil. I mean, look, a lot of companies are. But Facebook are very... Don't forget all the, like, AstraZeneca scandal and all that kind of stuff. All the experiments they've been doing on us over the years. Like, remember when they intentionally... Oh, this guy's going to get slaughtered. Remember when they intentionally picked out people that they knew were depressed and showed them, like, hid all of the happy content their friends were sharing and only showed them the depressing content to see what they'd do? Like, the people behind Facebook are sociopaths. And yeah, we're gonna lose this. It's funny. It's funny though, but we are gonna lose. I don't know. I mean, they literally changed their name to Meta to try and get away from all of the bad press that the word Facebook has. And I know you could argue, oh well, you know, they're just like reshuffling the company around the same way Google did, where they became what was Google A to Z or something? Alphabet. They called themselves Alphabet. But come on, it was very much a push to try and get away from the name. This guy's doomed. There's good gameplay though, good gameplay, but the other guy was just as good as him. That was a fun little match. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate it. I'm not sure. I don't think you can post links here in the chat here, but Discord is quite open. You can post anything you want. But yeah, anyway, I don't use Facebook. Lots of companies are evil. I mean, I use Discord, and I think like that's kind of where most people are at these days. But Discord as a company, also not the best company. I mean, look at what they're doing right now with It's funny. So they're bringing in global age verification stuff, which is there's a whole big. A lot of that's problematic, but especially because the age verification company that they were going to use has ties to all of that like Palantir evil like evil stuff. Because those guys have ties to like governments that are doing like invasive spying on their citizens and all kinds of stuff. Discord did just say, oh, actually, you know what? We're not going to use that company because people are pissed about it. But like they were perfectly happy to use them until people got a bit pissed about it, you know? So yeah, I get it. Like every company's evil, some more than others. But yeah, at the moment when it comes to socializing with friends, I'm using Discord. Even my mother has Discord. Oh, Facebook. It's such a shame. I loved Facebook. It was so good. It was so great. It was such a great way to connect with your friends and share photos and cool things and talk about it. Do you remember when Facebook first came out and your status always said like your name and then is? Because you were supposed to write something like descriptive about yourself in the third person kind of thing. So it'd be like, Bob is having a great day today or whatever, right? And they eventually got rid of that. But you remember that? You remember poking people? Sammy used to play Mafia Wars. Yeah, I think I played Vampire Wars, which, let's be honest, is just the same thing but reskinned. And those games were certainly in their own ways insidious, right? They were trying to get people to spend money, and they were trying to figure out ways to get people hooked on things on Facebook and spend money and spend time there and things. And a lot of that has become, you know, clicker mobile games and stuff now. Does Facebook still have games? Can you still play, was it Farmville? Remember that one? Does Facebook still have Farmville? That was like late stage Facebook-ish, more or less, late-ish actually. I do remember I think I was in university playing the vampire stuff. So there's still a bit of overlap. Facebook was still kind of cool, and they had those games, but those games stuck around longer than Facebook was cool, if that makes sense. I left Facebook while those games were still very popular, I guess is my point. Right, let's pull out the Churchill, because no, not the M44, the Churchill. My good old Churchill. Yeah, some of those games were cool. I got bored of them eventually because they are essentially just make the numbers exponentially go up games. Especially like Vampire Wars, I remember you very quickly got to the point where you would just log on every day and press a button and get ridiculous amounts of whatever the currency was. And it didn't really go anywhere beyond that. I'll tell you what though, if you want a game, right, a modern game being updated today, which has no crazy DLC trying to make you spend a bunch of money kind of stuff. None of that kind of thing. It's just a standalone game made by one guy and it's a game that is it's pretty easy, and it's very much one of those games of you unlock things in order to unlock more things in order to unlock more things, right? And gain resources faster, just for the sake of doing it, like a nice mindless game. It's called Outpath, and there's no enemies. I think I don't think there are enemies. No, there's no enemies. It's just like you have these little islands, and you can run around these islands and jump between islands. It's quite small space, and it's all about collecting resources. So there'll be like little sticks and stones on the floor, or like flowers for you to pluck and things, and they'll respawn every however many seconds. And it's about collecting enough of those so that you can like level up your island or whatever to get the next island that'll have different resources, or get different ways of collecting resources automatically. Get storage so that you can store more resources, and it's all just about going around and collecting things so that you can unlock the next new area that has new stuff, so that you can collect more things. In that way, it's very mindless. I played it quite a bit when I was recovering from COVID, a year or two ago, whenever it was I had COVID. Because it's quite mindless and just enjoyable, and it's a cheap little game, you know. I think actually now is a good time to mention it, because I think they just released a port for the Switch 2 finally, like literally a few days ago I think it came out, and that's just a cool little simple little mindless game that you can just play for the sake of playing. It's very cutesy and quaint. And there's just nothing to it, right? It's just you unlock more things for the sake of unlocking more things so that you can unlock more things. And I like that. That's nice. I don't play a lot of those kinds of games. But the few I did play... this guy is intelligently staying in cover. I want to get behind... Oh, he's dead. Never mind. If I were this AMBT, I'd come over here, but it seems like he wants to come up here instead. This might not be a good idea, pushing forward like this. These Draugen are not exactly the weakest tools in the shed. Everyone's getting slaughtered. Yeah. Suddenly I'm in a bad spot. Suddenly I'm in a very bad spot. Oh boy, their whole team came up this way. All I can do is take cover where all of these guys were taking cover. And get wrecked. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? Who's targeting me? Some of these guys around here, maybe? You're lucky I can't shoot you, fella. Alright, this guy knows I'm coming round here. Hoping the guy shooting me in the back won't hit me for very long. Hello, friend. Oh, I couldn't get there in time. So the vast majority of their team were here. 2 heavies, 2 mediums, a sniper, and probably other guys we can't see further back. Probably sniping from over here. There were just too many of them, man. That's a shame. I do like this map, though, and I like brawling around these little hills. It was just... We just couldn't get a foothold, I guess. Too many of us died too quickly, which is a shame. Facebook was cool, man. It had some cool stuff. Yeah. And yeah, they're speaking of video calls, like seems like their video call infrastructure is pretty good. I've never used it. No, maybe I did use it once. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, around about the time they added like live chat where you could actually chat with people directly on Facebook was around the time I stopped using it, because I was like, why would I need this? I've already got MSN Messenger. You know, I can already directly communicate with my friends. Why would I need that kind of thing? That was my thinking at the time. It is, of course, useful, but mostly for talking to relatives who are, like, very old and don't have modern... for today, it would be useful for talking to, like, old relatives and things who don't have Discord or whatever. As a means of communicating with them. And it is still... Thinking about it, as a family, we do still use it to stay in touch with elderly relatives, and these days it's a lot of like arranging funerals and things with relatives on Facebook and stuff. What do I want to whip out here? What do I want to whip out? Should I try the AMX-40 again? We did okay earlier. Wouldn't it be nice if a new Facebook came out? Like something that harkened back to what Facebook used to be. But the problem is adoption, right? There may already be like Fediverse kind of things that mimic Facebook, but if they're not widely adopted, they're kind of useless because it's like all of the alternatives to Discord, you know, with people being very angry at Discord at the moment and going back years, there's lots of reasons to not like Discord. And there's stuff like Matrix, which is more of this like open source, self-hosted Fediverse-y kind of a thing. But the problem with things like that, never mind, you know, feature parity and convenience and so on, but the problem is, and it's the same thing with like Signal as like a secure messenger where people were saying, oh, you shouldn't talk to people on Facebook or on Instagram or on WhatsApp. You should talk to people on something like Signal because it's properly encrypted and blah, blah, blah. That's great and all, but no one has it. I got all that stuff and I thought, great, but no one has it. And like maybe you could persuade 1 or 2 or 3 of your friends to get it as well, but then their friends don't have it and their family don't have it. And they're, you know, you need wide adoption of something, and if you don't get that wide spread of adoption, if you don't crest that hill,
Let's go. We're
you
not
know,
getting paid by the hour.
then you're just not. I got to rethink my sentence as I'm saying here. Oh, it's this map again. Well, maybe we can brawl this time if I can get there in my slow little tank. Like, if you don't get over a certain hump with adoption, it doesn't matter how cool your thing is, it will just die, right? It's the same thing with video games. If you bring out your video game and it's a cool game, but not enough people are playing it, then it will just die because those people won't be able to find matches and their buddies won't be playing it, and that'll put them off playing it, and it will just die. Doesn't matter how cool it is. So there's lots of really great alternatives to the big incumbent platforms, but they're just too fragmented. By their very nature, if they're very Fediverse-y, kind of self-hosted and stuff. Which is a shame, because a lot of that stuff's really cool. But yeah, they're just too fragmented. But wouldn't it be nice if a modern version of old Facebook came out? You know, with the mod cons, you know, polished for the modern day, but very much staying in keeping with focusing on, like, this is a platform for you to talk to your friends about what you're doing and not just sharing random, like, posts that you saw somewhere else kind of thing. Alright, looks like we need to engage these guys over the lake a little bit. Come on. Oh, crest the hill. Crest the hill. Great. Oh, I know they can see us. They're getting behind us a little bit here. Can we hit any of these guys? No? Yeah, they're all behind rocks. Alright, well, onward and downwards, I suppose. I don't want to go down that way. I do want to go up and around. I want to get into cover, basically. The guys behind me can shoot me at the moment. Actually, can I hit anyone now that I'm up this hill? I could engage those guys, but I might want to keep moving here. Come on, very slowly move towards their base. We've got 1 scout in their base. That's not going to last. Oh. Most of their guys are dead, actually. We've won this match, and I've not even reached the enemy yet. Have I fired a shot? I don't think so. Most of their guys are still in their base, though, so at least I'm headed in the right direction. They have 1 heavy tank in our base who's dancing around our artillery right now. It's anyone's guess who's going to win that. Anyone's guess? Anyone's guess. Ooh, our artillery isn't doing hot, but he did kill him. So you know what? Good shot. Alright, there's every possibility that I am going to be overextended here, out on my own, up against some enemies that decide to come down this way. Alright, no. Nope, nope, nope. There's only 2 of them left, if you don't count their artillery. And they're way over there fighting a front line up there. I don't think I'm going to reach the enemy before the end. That's unfortunate. I've done nothing but push forward this whole match, but I just happened to push forward in a direction that didn't have the enemy. At least I'm flanking them, I guess, but... Oh well. Jesus, what's that noise? Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if there was a modern Facebook that was widely adopted, that just let people post videos and albums and events and talk about what they're doing with their day and their week and write little personal blogs and things? But the problem is you also kind of have to change people, right? Because that was the issue with Facebook, is Facebook never stopped people doing all of those things. It's just that it and every other website out there encouraged people to share other stuff, and it's easier for people to just mindlessly share something that they saw somewhere versus actually saying something themselves, you know, and coming up with something that they've thought of with their own minds and talking about themselves and being real, quote unquote, as real as anything ever was on Facebook, you know? So even if you made that new Facebook, what would you do? You'd have to, what, ban external links, I guess? That would have to be the thing. You'd have to say no external links. If you're going to talk about yourselves, you talk about yourselves kind of thing. If you're going to post pictures and things, it has to be like, you know, your own photographs. That's hard to police, though. And some people will feel restricted by it, whereas some people will feel freed by it. I would feel quite freed, because all of the stuff people share tends to be... that's game over, by the way. It just tends to feel depressing. I don't want to see a bunch of crap from, like... If I wanted to see an Instagram or a Twitter post, I'd go onto those platforms. I'd rather know what you, my friend, is up to, you know? Show me a picture that you took of your cat, or where you happen to be going on a hike, or what you cooked for dinner, you know? Tell me about your day. Are you well? How are you doing? Have you seen any of our other friends lately? Anyone got tagged? You go into any cool events, you know? Anyway, I miss Facebook. I do. I miss it. Because it is harder to stay in touch with people. It is. Facebook was really good for that. It got so complicated. I had to help my mother do some of her settings on Facebook, I don't know, a year or two ago. And the amount of settings now in Facebook, just settings, it's pages and pages and pages of complex stuff. And I know a lot of that is because of legalities, because Facebook has been required by law to give people access to, like, you know, their permissions for this and their settings for that and so on. And because Facebook don't really want people to change their settings, but they're forced to at least give them the option by law, what they do is make things as convoluted and complex and difficult to understand as possible. So even me, an extremely savvy person with regard to all of this kind of stuff, and you know, I work in IT, like, looking at the pages and pages of all that crap, it is laid out very poorly and clearly designed to be confusing. And think about, like, the vast majority of people who use Facebook these days, a lot of them are not tech savvy in general, right? I think a lot of the tech savvy people left. And it's stuff like my mother, for example. And it's just too much. It's not that, like, less tech savvy people or older people are stupid or anything. It's just that you have to have an inherent understanding in a lot of the way things work online just to understand what half of these settings mean and do. And it's just a lot, man. So that sucked. And so nowadays, she'll ask me, like, oh, what's going on with Facebook? What's this thing? And I'll be like, I have no clue, man. I don't know. I don't know what that is or why it's popped up or what it's asking you. I don't have a clue. It's changed so much. Whereas you look at platforms like Discord, which are still relatively simple. You go into their settings, they're relatively simple. You get a lot of, like, I guess, feature creep over the years, and Facebook has many, many years on something like Discord. But it's just creep, creep, creep. Settings get bloated, and eventually it's just too much, man. But yeah, I miss Facebook. I miss it. I'd love Facebook to come back. But it wouldn't be called Facebook, because you wouldn't go back to Facebook, even if Meta said, here we are, Facebook 2.0, it's just like the old one. You wouldn't want to use it because it's made by those guys, and you don't trust those guys. And, you know, Facebook owns a lot of stuff now. Facebook, Instagram, that's Facebook, right? They bought them years ago. Facebook, WhatsApp, that's Facebook. What else is Facebook? Instagram is Facebook. WhatsApp is Facebook. What else do they own? I don't know. They own a lot of stuff, though. All right, what do we want to pull out? I'm going to try and pull out my Minuteman. It went really badly earlier with my Minuteman. Really badly, really quickly. We didn't get a chance to really see it in action. You know, the Discord thing was funny. So right now people are quite angry about Discord because they're bringing in global age verification stuff where you have to do things like show them your government papers and things. But that was already a thing in the UK because we brought in that law already, which is a very problematic law. But regardless of the reasons why it was brought in, Discord and everything else already had to implement that for the UK to continue operating in the UK. And the funny thing is, okay, so one of the reasons people don't like this kind of thing is you're linking your real identity to your online accounts more and more, and providing more and more like copies of your official government documentation and things that people can use to steal your identity and track you down and all kinds of stuff. And their answer to that is basically, well, don't worry, you can trust us. Like, we delete this stuff after we, you know, check you out, and it's all secure and safe and so on. But then you get places like Discord who, like, around the same time this stuff was being brought in, had a breach of that stuff, right? And a bunch of that information got out. And around about the time the law was being voted on in the UK, when they were saying, oh no, it'll be totally secure and safe, you know, and like, look, they were saying like, hey, look at this, there's a women's dating app somewhere. I don't know if it's UK or in Europe or something, but there's a women's dating app, right, that verifies that you are in fact a woman by doing this kind of thing where they scan your face and check your ID and stuff. And they said, like, don't worry, we delete all of the photos of you and all of your ID data as soon as we've checked, right? We don't store it, we don't save it, it's fine, it's cool, don't worry about it. And of course they got hacked. Turns out they didn't delete it, they were lying, all of that stuff was on their server, and all of that stuff got out. And that was around about the time that the UK was saying, let's bring in a law to make this the thing that every website and every service has to do, big or small, you know? And then you have like, okay, well, the companies that provide these services are also like based in places like Thailand and stuff. And I have nothing against, you know, any particular country or anything, but this stuff, if you're gonna do it, it has to be like government hosted. Like if the UK want to say, hey, every web service, blah blah blah, needs to do some kind of government ID check, and I think we can move forward here. I'm gonna try and move over there. Like, that stuff should be run by our government and, like, secured by our government, right? Okay, hello. Maybe I can get behind this guy, or maybe he has more friends back here. I don't know, let's see. But the fact is that your data is being sent off to God knows where, to any random country, and who knows how secure it is, really. And that's my big concern. What do you think? Sniper? You think there's a sniper looking at me? This guy wants me to move forwards. By all means, you can get around me. There you go. I'm just hiding for a moment until, yep, there we go. They can't see me anymore. Hey, you're a sexy looking tank. That's a nice looking tank. I like that turret. That's a good looking turret. Anyway, it's very concerning for a great number of reasons. And that's even aside from all of the, you know, privacy implications and blah 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 blah. It's just concerning. Right, where's this guy we're supposed to be shooting at? There's that sniper that I think saw me earlier. We got them. I can't do accents, but I do love the South African driver's accent that I got on my dude here. I mean, I reckon we can move up behind this guy. I reckon the guy to my right is going to come over here and kill this guy. I could probably kill him myself, but... Oh, okay, fine. Oh, I didn't manage to kill him. I was worried. I didn't want the guy to get a shot off. Alright, we have a sniper moving in on us and their artillery, which is why I'm snuggling up to this rock here. When I go around this corner... Oh, hello. I'm hoping their sniper already took a shot at that other guy. Oh, that was a bad shot. Alright, this is my target from now on. I'm gonna probably get held down by this guy, but... Do you reckon the sniper's gonna try and go after... Oh, he's been pushed back. He's been pushed back. Huh. That scout really did a number on him. Oh, I might get shot at from the right, though. There's lads over here. Bounced off the Oho. Let's see if I can get down here so they can't hit me. Because there's a lot of guys to my right who are going to be able to hit me. Alright, you know what? That sniper's dead. Let's refocus. You got guys like this Oho that might be out of cover for us. Maybe. He's rolling across the map, probably trying to get into cover. But is he in cover? No. Should be able to do some damage. It depends on... there is a sniper over there. Alright, the Oho is firing on us. Let's try hitting his turret. I remember they're quite weak. Oh, how did I miss? Alright, he's not really doing any damage to me. Looks like our lads are on a hill near me, fighting their artillery. You know, I could shoot him in the side. That might help. Oh, he did a bit of damage that time. He can't see me anymore. Do you reckon he's still there? Do you reckon he's just sat there, not moving? Do you reckon that was him? I took a random shot, but I need a target now at this point. I need to see people. If I can't see him, I can't shoot him. Alright. He's, what, over here somewhere? Our lads up here are dying. Really, we could easily lose this. I know we're doing quite well, but we could definitely lose. We're basically pinned down now. Their artillery is going to screw us in a minute. Uh-oh, they've seen me. Alright. Not a lot I can do when their artillery is going to get beat on me in a sec. There he is. Oh no, now there's 3 of them. Yeah, not much I can do here. I'm trying to move to the left to get in cover against their artillery. But I've lost a lot of health. There are 2 artilleries, not just one. I don't know where the other one is. I'm not going to be able to get a shot off against this guy before he can get a shot off against me. I think. I need a target. I know no one's going to be able to help, but I'm just letting the team know I can't see anyone right now. It's very possible their sniper gets a shot off at me first and just obliterates me in one hit. Because this isn't a great position and I'm not in a lot... I don't have a lot of health. You need a target. You're a heavy tank. Way back there. Why don't you move up here with us? Uh-oh. Alright. Just briefly, because they've seen me, I'm going to move into cover. Nothing else. I don't want their artillery to hit me like that. That one can't hit me, but the other one might be able to. I don't know where the other one is. Nah. Nah. Okay, so he's not aiming at me, but the other one is. That's very bad, because I think the other one's probably further across the map somewhere, like over there. Very, very possible. I'm not really able to do much of anything at this point. Their artillery is up here. Honestly, our artillery could literally just sit in his view and watch the map and watch where their fire is coming from and engage them without being able to see them. But instead he got himself killed. Great. There's just nothing I can do at this point. With so little health? Who's targeting me? Can't be him. There's just nothing I can do, man. They're really pinning us down. Because they still have a sniper up there. I can't do anything about this guy. I just can't do anything. They know exactly where I am. I can't go anywhere. I'm trying not to knock down trees. I just can't see these guys. Oh, this guy's firing on me. Damn. Well, I have a target in the sense that it's someone I can't shoot, but I certainly have a target. Do you reckon he's going to come around this corner and try and hit me from the side? You can see on the minimap where their artillery is. Our sniper's getting around the back of them, but I'm pinned down. Just letting our team know that there's a dude over here somewhere. Do you reckon he's just waiting behind this rock for me to poke my head up? Not this time. I could sit here for a moment and see if he does come around. Win or lose, this has been a fun little match. I like it when it gets a little bit, you know, exciting. I need a target, and I can't hit that artillery. If I go around there, this Ragnarok behind me will kill me. Plus, they still have a sniper over to my left. I think the Ragnarok has too much health, even if I do hit him. Alright, we know where 3 of their guys are, but it's this Ragnarok that I'm concerned about. Oh, that's a good shooting, Tex. Alright, look, if I do go around the corner... Oh, hello. And he missed. Good. Good. That was what I was waiting for. I was hoping he'd peek around. Ah, he's on fire. Great shot. Alright. Now we've won. That was a tough one. Now, some people would look at my gameplay there over the last couple of minutes and say, like, oh, you shouldn't be hiding, you should be engaging. But what I did was hold a position, keep the enemy around me busy, keep them, like, being aware that I was there and having to work around me as much as I had to work around them. And I did get a little damage on that guy towards the end. If I had just driven out towards the enemy, their sniper would have killed me. Or the Ragnarok would have come up behind me and killed me. That was a fun little match. I came, you know, middle of the ground, middle of the road. It was a fun one. I enjoyed that. I like my Minuteman. It's a good tank. I like this picture. Mostly I love all that, look, you got the turrets on the ground that they're driving over and the ones that look like trees in the background. It's clever. It's a nice visual. This would be the kind of desktop background I would have had when I was 15. It would have been sick. Have it alongside my Evanescence desktop backgrounds and like Stargate Atlantis stuff. Get like Windows blinds or whatever it was called that would also let you randomly change your wallpaper every now and then. That was always cool. The Minuteman. What a good tank. What a good tank. Alright, we're going to call it for the day. You've been a wonderful audience. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with World of Warships. It'll be interesting to see what their new campaign is. Thanks for sharing the links to the Code Redeemer stuff in the Discord, Sammy. I've just gone and looked at it, and I see that Fun said hello in the Discord too. Hello, Fun. I am indeed doing well. I'm much better than I was. I barely even have a cough at this point. It's great. Don't catch COVID. It's really annoying. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm fighting fit, as they say. I've got to go and dig a hole. I have an allotment, and with this good weather, now is the time to start digging stuff over. You know what I love doing? Just digging a field. Just taking a spade and just digging over an entire field. It's mindless, like, relaxing work, you know? It is mindless, relaxing work that is like, you know, it's a workout, it's taxing on the body, but in a good way, you know? You're never really overexerting yourself. You're kind of doing the same thing over and over, you know, dig, turn, stab, turn. And then you can see the fruit of your labor, right? Because you can turn around and see all of the, like, how much of the field you've done, and you have a goal. And then once you hit that goal, you can look back over the field and be like, yeah, I just dug over that entire field, you know? Now I can get the rake on it, leveling off, you know, make some rows, start planting things. I'm saying you should get an allotment. It's quite difficult these days in the UK because there's a whole young generation now who are really interested in, you know, growing their own veg and stuff. And a lot of those people want allotments. And a lot of my generation were not at all remotely interested. And you get this impression that... by the way, an allotment, for those who don't know, for those who aren't in the UK, during World War II, there was a lot of food rationing, right? Like today, for example, the UK imports over 60% of food. We don't produce a lot of food. And there was a big push to get people to grow their own vegetables at home, right? And what they also did, what the government did, was they would set up these small community farm areas with plots of land in them called allotments. It was your allotment of ground. And the allotment is about the size of like the square footage of a house or something. And you would go there and you would grow, lettuce and potatoes and carrots and whatever, right? It's your allotment of land. Because obviously most people don't have any land they can grow food on because they live in a house in the suburbs. And those places still exist today. And for a very, very small fee, it's something like £50 a year these days. It might still be £40 a year. A really small amount of money, really. You can get an allotment of land and go and grow whatever you want there. Do whatever you want. You could even keep, chickens and all kinds of stuff. But there aren't that many allotments, and over the years, more and more of them have been closed down to make space to build new houses and things, because it's quite large parcels of land. And it was always the purview, at least for my generation growing up, it was very much the purview of the old man on his allotment, and stuff that you do as a retiree. But more and more, younger generations now are getting more interested in this kind of thing. And so there's this kind of there's like a little explosion of the number of people who want allotments, but there aren't enough allotments to go around. So the waiting lists to get an allotment are like years long now, which is ridiculous. So I'm glad that I already had one. And I've had one for many years, because I got one back when no one really cared about them. But allotments are lovely. If you can get a patch of land to just, it's a great way of getting away from your home. People often talk about like a third place, and I think it's a big issue in places like America, which is very car centric, and everywhere really, where public spaces where you're not expected to spend money kind of don't exist very much anymore. So like, you see a lot of, I know I'm going a little off topic here, and I will wrap up, but you see a lot of people posting videos in America, let's say, other places too. I'm just saying America because I'm aware of it in a big way there. You see a lot of people posting videos online and they're in their car, right? More so than you do in the UK. A lot of video content that comes from people in the US comes from their car. And a lot of the reason for that is because their car is their third place, right? They have their home, they have work, and they have their car. And a lot of people don't really have another place that they can go and just be and exist and do things they like to do and relax and do whatever, away from your house, away from work. And so an allotment is kind of one of those third places, right? It's a place you can go and you can, plant your plants and you can relax, read a book, in peace. People build greenhouses there and little storage sheds and things so you can stay dry if it's raining. And it's just a place you can go to get away from your home, get away from work, get away from all of that stuff and just be somewhere else, be in a third place. We don't have enough of those places these days, which is a shame. It's sad that you do get a surprising number of people who spend a surprising amount of time kind of in their car because that is their third place, and that is depressing. But allotments are lovely, and now that we've got a bit of dry weather, a little bit finally, now is the time to kind of get over there and dig over the ground and prepare it for spring and prepare it for planting and so on. Hello, War Duckling. You arrived just as I'm wrapping up, I'm afraid. But I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with World of Warships. But tell me, how have you been? I've been gone for 2 weeks because I was sick. I think it was COVID, because I came down pretty bad there for a week, and then I had a week where I was just coughing. I couldn't really stream coughing constantly. But I'm good now. I'm grand. We've had a fun little stream today, I think. We talked about Facebook and how sad I am that Facebook's kind of not Facebook anymore. And I think I'm running out of words at this point. But yes, it's 2 p.m. It is actually dry here for once. And I need to get down to the allotment, do some digging. Baby trouble. I can't relate, I'm afraid. I've not spent any time around children. Because I don't really... My extended family lives far away. Like, most of them live back in Ireland. And so I'm not around family members who have kids. And my friends don't really have kids either. And so the last time I was around a baby was when one of my colleagues down in radiology brought her baby in so that everyone could meet the baby. That's the last time I was around kids. I don't know. Kids are cool though. I love, you know, at one point I thought it would be great to become a teacher because there's just something about seeing kids like learning and having a thirst for knowledge and exploring new topics and having new ways of thinking about things. You yourself might know about things already, but to see them approach the topic from a different direction with a kind of a thirst for that just pure knowledge is very rewarding. But yeah, I don't see a lot of kids. Yeah, family doesn't have kids. I think I'm probably a bit awkward around kids because I talk to them like they're adults because I don't really know how you're supposed to talk to kids. And the other thing is, when I was a kid, I hated when adults would talk to me like I was a kid. I preferred when they talked to me on the level. That may be because I'm, you know, autistic. I don't know if it's different there. But like, I prefer, you can tell when people are kind of being unintentionally condescending. And I feel like, maybe condescending is the wrong word. You know what I mean? Like talking down to you. Children are much more intelligent than people give them credit for, I feel. So when I talk to kids, you know, within certain bounds, obviously, like I don't use swear words around them because you shouldn't swear around kids. But things like that, within certain bounds, I talk to them as I would talk to anyone else. You know, and I feel like that's the way to go, and that's, you know, you should respect them as people. Anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, I'd like to have kids one day. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, good luck with the baby. I did hear that I did see an article title the other day that says like it takes something like half a decade for parents to kind of recover from the loss of sleep that they have. They go through a certain amount of loss of sleep over the first few years of a baby's life, right? Because obviously they're constantly having to take care of the kids. And apparently it takes about 6 years for you to really fully recover from that. So good luck. Tia, hello. God, everyone's showing up just as I'm wrapping up my stream. Hello, Tia. I've not been checking up on your streams for a couple of weeks. I've been sick. I've not been streaming for 2 weeks because I was unwell and kind of just taking some time away. But I'm back now. I'm going to start watching streams again. I'm going to start engaging. But yeah, it's been fun. Have a good afternoon, or indeed a morning. It's 2 p.m. here, so 1, 12, 11, 10 night. So it's like 9 a.m. on the east coast of the US. And what, like 6 a.m. on the west coast, right? So yeah, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Enjoy the outro, and I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. with World of Warships. I never know how to wrap these things up. Goodbye.